Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE.
It has 8 offices throughout the state of Alabama. That includes Decatur, Hartselle, Coleman, Florence, Killen, Muscle Shoals, Orange Beach, and Dauphin Island. There are more than 140. On this Make a Difference Minute, I have Brenda Gant of Cooking with Brenda Gant in Andalusia, Alabama.
I taught for 25 years, and I taught, well, the first place I ever taught was Crestmont Elementary School, and that is in Northport, Alabama. I was in my early 20s, and that was before they limited the classroom size. I had 5 reading groups, if that tells you anything, wow. Second graders. And back then, you taught them everything. If they got it, you had to give it to them. There was a group of guys in my church that said that, hey, we're going to pay you. We want you to do a cooking school thing or a little cooking demonstration or whatever for our wives. I said, look, y'all, I really don't have time. And I didn't. I did not have time. But one day I was in my kitchen. I was cooking for my family for Sunday lunch. I call it dinner and supper, but, you know, I'll say lunch for you folks out there to do that. So I thought, you know, I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold my phone up, and I'm going to make biscuits. And they're not going to see me, but they're going to watch my hand. And I did. And I put it on my little personal video page, my own little page. I had about 500 people on it, mostly church folks.
I'm trying to get my stuff together. It seems like the computer wants to act up this morning. Good morning to you.
So now my show.
I'm trying to put something in here. The poll question. Sorry, guys.
Right at 3 million. It's just a little bit shy of 3 million people. And so that's how it started. And it's just important for me, for people to be able to cook from scratch.
To find out more about Cooking with Brenda Gant, follow Cooking with Brenda Gant on Facebook. Gant is spelled G-A-N-T-T. Be sure to follow The Mark White Show on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to The Mark White Show podcast wherever you get your podcast. This is Mark White encouraging you to find your purpose by making a difference in someone's life today.
The rock music website is providing tips for those in the path of today's total eclipse who want to enhance their viewing experience with the perfect soundtrack. Staff members from Ultimate Classic Rock said they'll start playing Pink Floyd's album Dark Side of the Moon for people.
Good morning to you.
3 seconds before the eclipse is expected to be viewable at their headquarters in Akron, Ohio. If timed correctly, the eclipse will sync up with the closing line for the last song on the album, which is, and everything under the sun is in tune, but the sun is eclipsed by the moon. Or if playing the entire album is too much, Ultimate Classic Rock says you can start the song eclipse 70 seconds before totality is scheduled to be reached. That final episode, as host of Wheel of Fortune, will air June 7th, the finale of the game show's 41st season tape.
All right, let's get ready to get on. Good morning. Hey, brother. How you doing, brother? How you doing, brother? I appreciate you being with us, brother. And my other friend, Gito Planet. What's up, brother? How you doing? Can you make a heart? Oh, I don't know if I can, but I appreciate if you're trying to. Today is the day, my friend.
We also look for Need a Favor during the 2023 CMT Awards. That's entertainment. Steve Greenfield, NBC News Radio.
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
Well, I tell you what, it's that time again. It's time to wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. We got 3 periods of nonstop play on this Moon Monday. I'm calling it Moon Monday. What's going on? Huge love and blessings from Michigan. What's up, my brother? And guess what? Let's kick it off right now. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your host with the most, the one, the only, Ryan O'Neal. And of course, I am the game. 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast. Shout it out loud. Across that RyanORadio media page. iHeartRadio, Prime, Amazon Prime, and more. We're across the British Columbia, Isles of Canada, Earth Rock Radio in New Mexico, Arizona, and all over the Navajo Nation with 25 different radio stations, including real and internet radio. We're across, of course, the Jordan Communication of family radio stations, East Alabama and West Georgia, including right here. Thank you for subscribing to Atlanta's very own 99.1 FM, WQEE The Key, home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, headline news, and everything for you. We got a lot in store for you on this 3 periods of nonstop play, sports, entertainment, and more. And to my haters, well, I got one thing to say to them. Listen up. Whether they like it or not, I am the man around here. What kind of bike do you have? I don't have one. It's been a long time since I had one. I appreciate that. We've got hugs, love, and blessing from Michigan. That's Sayo King, I think. Gito Planet's on with us this morning, as well as just now subscribed. DY is in with us. Good morning this morning. Mario is on with us. He said it looks like he's getting up like as slow as a slug or a turtle or whatever. I can't really tell what that is, but I guess he's saying he's just now kind of barely waking up. I get that, Mario. Thank you. Some great, wonderful people on with us this morning, all over the world, all over the United States. Like, subscribe, and share, just like my friend DY did there on the YouTube page. We are there. 3 periods of nonstop play. You prepared for a full-fledged day right here from 99.1 FM WQEE and the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Real radio for real people. Coming up this morning, we're going to dive into a few different things. It is a big day. That's right. It's a major day. It's a big day. It's a big day. That's right. Cody Rhodes won the WWE Championship. We'll talk about that a little bit this morning. Inside the Coach's Corner with Coach Tommy Lewis joins us in the fire. He and I around the last 30 minutes, the last second half of the last period. We're going to talk a little sports for you. We're going to jump right into it. We're going to talk a little UFL as well as Major League Baseball, the final 4, and we'll see what's going on at Landmark Christian, because it's a little Major News Monday. We're calling it Moon Monday for a different reason. We'll talk about that in a minute. We'll have him as well as we'll have a short little preview. I'm not going to do a whole 3 hours of some fans might love the whole 3 hours of wrestling, but we'll talk about Wrestlemania, and it was one of the best in a long time, thanks to Paul Levesque, a.k.a. Triple H. And today is the total solar eclipse. It's going to pass through 15 United States. And, of course, we're going to get into that this morning. A lot of people we're going to tell you, you don't need to look up at the sun without the special glasses, because Jesus is not coming back, because we don't know when the day and time that Jesus is coming back. It says it in the Bible. So, but if the rapture does happen, if you're not scared and you're 100% happy and everything, you're good. You're good. You're good. If you're just like, well, I don't care whether it happens or not, you're good. I believe in God. You're good. And like my friend Gito, real radio. Yes, brother. I try to be real radio station. I don't know about real radio, but I'm picking. But it is real radio station, brother. But Gito, if you're good, you're good. There you go. We're going to talk about it this morning. The do's and don'ts of the solar eclipse. That's going to be our top story, because everybody's talking about it. Why not jump into it? Why not mess into it? I mean, why not get into it? Everybody's talking about it. But there's not going to be any clickbait here, fake conspiracy theories, because there's real conspiracy theories out there. I don't put everybody's conspiracy theories down, but the fake conspiracy theories I do. Because everybody can have different opinions. You know what I mean? Talk radio, a little bit of music, my friend. We do some music overnight on the weekends and different things like that, but mostly talk, sports, inspirational talk, women's power radio. A little of everything. It's a station for everybody. That's why they don't like us, because we like all of you. We're not supposed to like everybody. What do you mean? You like them people on the left and the right can have opinions? Yeah, on our radio station they can't. What? If they love guns, they can talk about guns on the radio. If they love whatever's on the left side is fine. Yeah, it's just the way it is. C19, how you doing this morning? I appreciate that. Yes, Christ is king. There you go. The veil is thinning. There you go. But, you know, that's what I say. I'm going to get into the real deal with it this morning for you, and I appreciate all the wonderful people that's on with us. Since we do usually do more sports on Monday than any other things, because Twisted Tuesday, we got a full week of guests this week. I want to get into that before we do any news or any headlines or anything. Also, we'll talk about Israel at war, and we got Tommy Lewis, Coach Tommy Lewis, with us tomorrow morning. Hey, Samantha, how you doing this morning? Thank you for joining us. Like, subscribe, and share. The full week of nonstop guests coming up on tomorrow morning. Returning to the second period will be our sports analyst, Richard Holdridge. We'll talk more to him about the Final Four. But also, it's movie review day, so we'll get into movies in the final period, a full hour of nonstop movies for you. We're going to talk about the Civil War movie coming out on Friday, as well as a couple other things, what his thoughts on some of the movies, Kong and, of course, Kong and Godzilla and Kong, The New Kingdom. We'll get into that with Shane B tomorrow morning in the final period. Wednesday morning, Sally Toole will join us from Histories and Mysteries. We're going to get weird Wednesday, and we're going to travel the states of Georgia, Alabama, Florida, and Tennessee with her, as she's our tour guide through some of the strange and unknown and great stuff. So we'll get into that. And on True Crime Thursday, Elizabeth Sarles, the author of The Birthday Bash, a book about her brother's unsolved homicide. We'll be talking true crime stories about the real and the unknown. It's a small town USA where everybody knows your name. They know your mom and them, but they don't know who did it, right? And then Friday, we got two great guests in the second period. On Friday, comedian Jim Gossett is going to be joining us this morning. I mean, not this morning, but Friday morning. He and I are going to talk about his show coming up April 20th, next Saturday. And we'll get into that on Friday morning. He'll tell some jokes, talk about it. We'll learn more about him. He's been on national syndicated radio shows and more. He'll be with us on Friday's show. And in the final period on Friday, we'll have Warrior Defenders, Holly Reese. And her brand new show is on the network beginning this morning at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. We'll talk more about that. So we got a lot of great guests all week long. So there you go. You guys, I love how you guys are putting up in there. There you go. I like that, Key. I like that, guys. I like that. What are your thoughts on the UFL, United Football League, after week 2? There's so many people like, I don't really like it. Well, I was paying more attention to WrestleMania this weekend than anything else. What's up, Steve C? I think Steve C is from Buffalo, New York. But we got a lot of great guests all week, guys. Do not move away from that radio dial. We have, and stay on the YouTube page as well, and everywhere else you can get our feeds. We've got guests all week long. Comedian Jim Gossett on Friday. Also Holly Reese from Warrior Defenders on Friday. True Crime Thursday, Elizabeth Sarsday after the Birthday Bash, History and Mystery, Sally Toole on Wednesday. Tomorrow morning, we got movie reviews with Shane B, sports analyst Richard Holdridge from the Sports Beat. Some of these people are on our shows, have their own shows on the network too. And this morning, Coach Tommy Lewis inside the Coach's Corner. All right, what are your thoughts on the UFL Week 2? 31% of you say that you love spring football. Nobody says, I'd rather watch MLB, 0% so far. I have not watched any games. 12% of you have said that. And 56% say, I don't know. And I like the honesty. That's why I put it in there that way. Because I knew that people would, like, some people know it, some people don't. This, that, and the other. So great guest all week. Great stuff. Thank you for saying great show. Thank you, my friend. We're going to get into the total eclipse of the sun. There was a song about back in the 80s that some people had. But let's go ahead and take a look at traffic in the metro Atlanta area. Our Atlanta area, brought to you by Killingsworth Realty. Let's do that right quick, and then we'll get into things. Don't come off, guys. Stay with us. Got a lot in store for you.
My husband Todd and I serve the Coweta and local area. Our purpose at our first meeting is to learn your goals, answer questions, and provide resources so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. 678-525-0047 to schedule a free consultation today to discuss your real estate needs. You don't have to do this alone.
You definitely don't have to do it alone, and that means get a home alone. You can get it done with our friends at Killingsworth Realty and the Killingsworth Realty Road Report. All right, 24 minutes past the hour. It's currently 54 degrees. Your time and temperature brought to you by Southern States Bank, making banking easier in East Alabama and West Georgia. Let's jump into what's going on with Traffic Highway 316 in Atlanta, Gwinnett County, part of Atlanta, Metro Atlanta area. River Parkway is shut down until 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Cobb County over there, right around where the Braves will play and everything. Parts crashing, blocking all lanes both ways on Johnson Ferry Road at Johnson Ferry Drive. Use Sandy Plains Road. That's up to about 7:50 a.m. Also, crash clearing on Thornton Road, exit 44 in Atlanta, up to 7:30. Bullsboro looking good. What's up, Gail? Thank you for joining us from Tennessee. Bullsboro looking good, as well as Lower Fayetteville Road and no traffic on Popular Road. Jackson Street's starting to pick up in front of the radio station, heading towards LaGrange Street. The kids are back to school this week. They were out for spring break last week. They're back to school, getting back to learning at Newton High School, heading that direction. Let's head down there, State 85 southbound, taking us into Grantville, all looking good, in Hogansville. No traffic issues there. Small communities. Usually, no worry about too much traffic. Heading into LaGrange, Georgia, Moody Bridge Road's picking up a little bit, as well as New Franklin Road. A little backed up traffic on Commerce Avenue, but nothing as school is back in session there too. Heading down Interstate 85 into West Point, Georgia. Take a right into West Point, Georgia. Construction going on. You still can get off of there and utilize that area as far as getting off and getting to where you need to get to. It's going to be a little difficult, or not a little difficult, but a little irritating. But you take a right, you get off there, take a left, you go towards the Loves, gas up, and then get you a biscuit from Hardee's. Head on down interstate into exit 79. Construction going on in Valley and Lynette, Alabama there. Alabama is not looking too good on exit 79. That construction going on several months now. You go down to exit 77 for that to get off in that area. Go on further down to Casita, Alabama, and into Auburn, Opelika, all looking good. Up into Montgomery, Alabama, hey, traffic starting to pick up on the main strip. That's it. That's what's going on with your traffic. That's all I had to say about that, or as far as to say, that's all I got to say about that. Mama told me to tell you guys about that. Thank you, Gail and the Zoo Crew. Sweetleaf says, Gail's up early with us. Woo, woo, woo. Sue says, my girl's in the house. Tim says, about time you got here, Gail. Bob says, don't pick on Gail, Tim, but about time you got here. Sweet Lee says, welcome to Steve C. It's the second time we've heard that name, didn't we? Yes, right. Alice says, good morning, everybody from Canada, as well as Michael and David. Diana says, remember me in South Wales, please, please, please. Sarah in New Zealand says, good morning, everyone. Or it's overnight there where she's at, so it's a good morning to her, too. Robert says, this afternoon, I'm getting ready for lunch in England. So there you go. What you having for lunch? Well, I wonder what he's having for lunch. All right, let's jump into it. One more time, our poll question this morning. What are your thoughts on the UFO? What are your thoughts? Well, that'll probably be Wednesday's question. What is your thoughts about the UFL after week 2? Do you love spring football? 31% of you say yeah. I'd rather watch Major League Baseball. Nobody wants to do that so far. I have not watched any games. 12% of you said that. And I don't know, 56% of you are saying that. That's what you're saying. We're going to talk about the total eclipse of the sun. We've got some stuff, Israel at war, coming up for you, and more. Great guest all week. Tommy Lewis kicks it off with a full slate of guests. We're going to have guests in the second and third periods on Tuesday and Friday this week. We'll probably have other guests on. It's going to be a full-fledged, full show all weekend long. And congratulations to Cody Rhodes for winning the WWE Universal Championship last night. A big one at the end of the night. Congratulations to Drew McIntyre for 6 seconds of being the world champion in front of a big crowd, but then Damian Priest took it from him because of CM Punk. So there you go. Let me give you a few headline news for you this morning. We're going to get into the solar eclipse, and the total eclipse will begin the sun will cover up a lot of the area between 1:27 p.m. Central Standard Time and 3:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this afternoon. All right, other things going on. NASA to send unmanned drone 2 miles high study the eclipse. NASA to launch rockets from Virginia to study the upper atmosphere during the eclipse. Some people are calling that, because some clickbaiters and fake conspiracy theorists are trying to get in there. Yeah, they're fake. World's largest digital camera to research the dark matter and dark energy. Also, trillions of bees swarming the United States. What? We'll talk more about that. All that's your headline news this morning. And let's give you a couple other headline news stories before we head into the break. We'll talk about this in just a few. Monday solar eclipse, myths, debunking all of that, what you need to do and not to do during this time. We got it all wrote down for you, what you need to watch and what you don't need to watch, how you need to do that and what you need to do. 2 people are dead and 7 are hurt, including an officer in a mass shooting in Florida mall on Saturday morning. Police say a dispute at a bar turned deadly when a security guard tried to intervene between a gunman who gunned down 2 women and 4 men, interjected himself, and he got shot. Police in the area of Doree, Florida, say that it was if it wasn't for their shooting training, active shooting training, what would be the answer to that? They were able to make sure less people were took out, less people were injured this time. But our question this morning is, what can we do about these mass shootings in malls? Kids go to malls. They used to go hang out in malls. How can families go to malls? And when you got big malls and stuff, what is the answer to that? You guys tell me what you think about that. What is the answer to these mass shootings? Some of you are going to believe stricter gun laws. Some of you are going to say not as strict gun laws. But what is it? I say clickbait. I say fake conspiracy theories. I say people on the YouTube and on the all over the Instagram and everything running around doing a bunch of BS to just get you to follow them. They don't even believe what they're telling you. You know that, right? I believe everything I'm telling you. They don't believe a damn thing they're telling you. They're just trying to get you to follow them so they can make money and not have to work for a living, like I'm really working in real radio while they're sitting up there, in their mom's basement or their basement. It could be their basement, and everything, doing it. All right, back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us. We're going to put you in a penalty box for safekeeping.
Time for your weather forecast brought to you by Active Pest Control. 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. The total eclipse of the sun this afternoon between 2:30 and 3:30 in some areas. But other than that, partly cloudy skies today. High near 78, south-southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Cloudy skies tonight with low near 59, light and variable winds. Going into your Tuesday, a few showers from here and there, 30% chance of showers, southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Cloudy with a low near 60 on Tuesday night, light and variable winds. Coming in for your Wednesday, we've got 100% chance of showers all day long. 70% in the daytime cloudy, rain developing later today. Heavy rain, high near 73, with a low near 63, a 90% chance of showers. Southeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour for day and evening. That's your Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents, critters, or do anything at all. Michael the Group can exterminate and lay the smackdown for you. Active Pest Control offers the best services and prices to protect your home, offering both monthly and quarterly pest control services, plus specific services like bedbug, turning roach, and flea control. Even if you can't see them, insects are all around you 24/7. Active Pest Control wants to be the first line of defense. Active Pest Control, repair, bond, best termite coverage around.
Good morning.
34 Jefferson Street, Noonan. 770.
I don't live in Alabama. I'm in Georgia, but I think there is still a lot of racism there, my friend. Let's don't lie about it.
We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.calvitaforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
But you're not going to see too many people admit that. But yeah, there's a lot in Alabama. We just heard in Alabama with the radio station, everything. We're in Georgia. But there is. I mean, there's a few good people in there, but it still is, unfortunately.
Specializing in women's self-defense. All women of all ages have the ability to learn how to defend themselves effectively with technical drills to build their survival skills. You can be your own hero. Classes and private seminars are available. Learn today to have a safer tomorrow. Warrior.
No problem. No problem. That's all right. But it's across the border. But it's no problem. But unfortunately, people are stupid and don't believe in God and do things they shouldn't do. And there's some in small towns across all the United States. There still is.
I heard you recently discovered a new COVID variant. A new COVID variant. Remember Omicron? This is called another con. Thank you so much. It's Saturday Night Live, April 20th at the Coastal Grill, formerly House in Roswell, featuring comedian Jim Dustin from the Rob Carson National Radio Show. Jim Dustin is the freest conservative political savage in the country. It's a fun-filled night of comedy, impressions, and brand new parodies.
All right, we get ready to come back. Woo! Oh. It's You're Saved by the Bell. What's up? Come on out of the penalty box, ladies and gentlemen. Our poll question this morning: what are your thoughts on the UFL after week 2? Love spring football. 31% of you are loving it. I'd rather watch Major League Baseball. Nobody said that so far. I have not watched any games. 12% of you have voted. And everybody's like, I don't know. On spring UFL football so far. It is Monday. We usually do Monday morning quarterback stuff. This show is a diverse show with everything from news, weather, sports, events going on, and so much more. Once again, congratulations to Cody Rhodes for winning the WWE Undisputed Championship. Congratulations to him. We'll have a little rundown of that in the next period. Not very long. I'm not going to go over the 2-night thing. I'm going to give you a rundown of who won matches, what, tag team belt split, all that good stuff. We'll get into it. Also, the biggest news story that everybody's ecstatic about is not Major News Monday on this show this morning. It is Moon Monday. That's right. We're going to talk about the total eclipse. And I've got rapture and second coming stuff from the Bible, a scripture that I'm going to use this morning to show you that cannot be connected to this. I'm going to tell you the safety measures. We're going to really get into that in just a few. Safety measures for watching the eclipse and everything. I'll probably be here doing something and not really paying attention. So it'll be dark outside. I'll be working. So, well, that means I can't. At that time, maybe I need to go out and knock on doors. see businesses. Hey, you need to do advertising. It's a solar eclipse advertising special. Support your local radio station or your the national radio show of the RyanORadio Penitentiary. All right, a couple of things going on in the news. Israel has not forgotten on us because of the eclipse today. I'm not going to just drop out now. Let's just talk about that today whatsoever. I'll give you updates on that because of the eclipse that majority of us may not get to see. So anyway, the International Court of Justice on Monday will kick off a 2-day hearing for allegations that Germany is aiding genocide prepared by Israel in Gaza. Nicaragua last month initiated processes accusing Germany of commission of a genocide, and in any case has failed its obligation to do everything possible to stop what's going on. Good morning, Zach. How you doing this morning? Germany is an important weapons dealer for Israel, while Nicaragua has been a supporter of the Palestinian state as it's become. It's described as the Palestinian area of Gaza as a site of where serious crimes against international law, including genocide, were taking place openly in the front of thousands of witnesses on the ground and potentially majority of the planet on the news and social media. All right, we're going to be talking about the Biden administration's doing. Plus, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken is saying that they're looking into things. They said they're investigating things, but there's nothing that they can say they're going to still support Israel because they are United States ally. But as Americans and as followers of Christ, thank you for subscribing, my friend. We are going to pray for all of those in this to get done as soon as possible. We do know that this is a long time biblical thing that's been going on in Israel. So for those of us that's not been around a while, that's not have families or people in those areas, really and truly all we should do is pray instead of going, I think it's my side. No, it's my side. No, it's my side. No, it's my side. Let's fight over here in the United States. No, I guess I'm kind of glad you guys are paying attention to the moon photo bombing the sun today rather than worried about everything else. But there you go. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on with that. We got other things to talk about tomorrow morning as it continues to move forward. Thank you for subscribing, my friends, and good morning to my friend Zach. And we got Gail, we got Gito is on with us, and he is always saying, great show. Thank you. Steve in Buffalo, New York's on with us as well, and everything. All right. What other things are going on? Wow. Southwest Airlines flight makes an emergency landing after engine cover is detached. Man, Southwest Airlines having all kind of problems. Driver flees a California rollover accident and killed a 9-year-old girl and injured 4 others. That news story you can see on the WQEE page. Israel Defense uses AI database to go after targets of Hamas leaders. Wow. Iran's top commander warns Israel it committed suicide with attacks there in their area, as Iran is backing Palestinian or backing Hamas in this attack on Israel, or this war on Israel. Israel withdraws troops from southern Gaza after fighting continued. Wow. Let's jump into that. I see you got more news than we can use on this. That you're not getting anywhere else. The IDF, the Israel Defense Force, said Sunday it withdrawn all of its troops from southern Gaza after fierce fighting against Hamas militants in a small city of Khan. The IDF said that statement issued in the media outlets, it has withdrawn its 98th Commando Division of Gaza unit, ladies and gentlemen, and had concluded its mission in the southern city. We heard that Netanyahu said that this is supposed to be over in a matter of a couple of weeks. Wow. We're hoping so. I know people are talking about all the earthquakes that are going on that happened in New York, New Jersey over the weekend, everything. People are trying to use that and read it into the Bible. And I've got scripture in front of me on all this. So I'm going to be able to debunk most of it and debunk the clickbait people that is trying to get you hating one another, the clickbait people that use racism to divide you guys, clickbait people that use politics to divide you guys, the fake conspiracy theorists, because real conspiracy theorists are those guys that are talking about Bigfoot. So, and they don't bother anybody. They're not trying to outkill nobody. Nobody's killed anybody because they believe in Bigfoot and somebody else don't. It just, What, man? You don't believe in our conspiracy theories? That's how I get all the people watching me and listen to me. I sit in my office saying stuff all day. Still doing my job. I sit in my office all day on the YouTube. Wow. And I'm not talking about people watching it. I'm talking about people trying to do it. All right, that's all I got to say. We got more Israel war tomorrow that we're going to talk about. We'll get into that. Let's go ahead and take a break. Come back here in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about the Eclipse a little bit more because that's the biggest thing that's on most everybody's mind. We've got movies tomorrow to talk about with Shane B in the final period. He'll probably talk about Kong, Godzilla and Kong, the New Kingdom. We'll get ready for the Civil War movie coming out on Friday, as well as tomorrow morning sports analyst for about 30 minutes. Our friend, the one, the only, Richard Holders returns to the show. Coming up on Wednesday, we'll travel with our travel and tour guide from Histories and Mysteries. Sally Toole will be on our Weird Wednesday show. Also on True Crime Thursday, Elizabeth Sarles joins us this week. You know what she's going to do? Elizabeth Sarles is going to join us this week. We'll talk about another unsolved homicide in small town USA. On Friday, in period number 2, Jim Gossett will join us, comedian extraordinaire from national radio shows, will be on this show talking about his event coming up on April 20th in Roswell, Georgia. And also Holly Reese from Warrior Defenders joins us on Friday. Got a big day. Good morning, Pete. How you doing? Good morning to Ryan, the Navajo Nation, and everyone else. It was awesome meeting you Saturday. It was awesome meeting you as well, my friend. I was glad I was able to come out for the event on Saturday Market Day and meet you as well. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, more RyanORadio Penitentiary in lockdown, everybody is. And I've got my good old red coming after those. It took off. Back in a moment.
Wishbone Fried Chicken. Back in a brand new location. 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton. Same great taste. The best chicken around. Fish dinners. Open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken right next door to the former location. Bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton.
Shopping for insurance doesn't have to be stressful. I'm Christy, owner of Ellsworth Insurance, located here in Newton, Georgia. We're an independent agency with access to multiple and commercial insurance. We're your one-stop shop for your insurance needs.
Sorry, somebody out there got mad. He's calling me a fake conspiracy theorist.
755-70.
He's calling me a clickbaiter.
Hey, sports fans. Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. Drive time on WQEE. Braves Country is a Southern sports talk show with Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Braves Country with Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. Weekdays, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
I know, right? There's a lot of cool things out there Saturday.
Pastor Apostle of Kingdom Connected Ministries International at 121 Hillwood Circle, Newnan, Georgia. Presenting Connecting Kingdom Citizens, Kingdom Businesses, and advancing the kingdom of God in this hour. Join us each Tuesday at 10 o'clock a.m. with guests who are sharing their faith, business, and ministry.
Hi, this is Art Suriano. As you tune into Let Go and Let God every Saturday at 9:30 a.m. right here on WQEE. We help those who are struggling with their faith.
Woo! Love this show.
Inspirational stories and contemporary Christian music. So tune in to Let Go and Let God Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m. right here on WQEE.
You got that right, brother. Welcome back in. That's a good show every Sunday morning on the network here. We appreciate you guys being with us. Our poll question this morning is, what are your thoughts on week 2 of UFL, basically? 29% of you believe that you love spring football. 6% said I'd rather watch Major League Baseball. 12% say I have not watched any of the games yet. And 53% say I don't really know. So that's our poll question this morning. We go inside the coach's corner to the final period with Coach Tommy Lewis. Well, it is a Moon Monday. It's some major news Monday because you know why? It is the total eclipse is coming between 2:30 and 3:30 this afternoon across the United States. A lot of clickbaiters and fake conspiracy theorists, and I call them fake conspiracy theorists so I don't offend the conspiracy theorists out there, because some of them might get mad, and I don't want them to think that some things they're saying because some things they're saying are not hurting anybody. They just have a belief. And people that live on that fringe of society lying to themselves. Well, they're going to take pictures during that NASA's launching rockets from Virginia to study the upper atmosphere during the eclipse. Oh my goodness. They're just trying to not get you to watch it. Look at it. I'm ready for it to be over. I'm ready for it to be over with the solar event. Oh, I know, right? But I want to drop a few things in here so you guys know. Safety coming from the sheriff's departments and everything. Wait a minute. Really? I had another piece of paper I could have wrote on. Yay! I'm going to give you a little wrestling thing coming up later on. But solar eclipse safety tips. All right, before we get into it. People live in the United States, at least 15 United States, will be able to view a rare total solar eclipse Monday, the first in 7 years and the last in 2 decades. The total eclipse will begin as the sun will make its way over the ocean on the West Coast and be first visible in the continental United States at Bell County, Texas, 1:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and accumulate in Maine at 3:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. People living along the path of the solar eclipse will be able to view the cosmic event from 2 to 4 minutes, but it will need protective eyewear to do so. So when idiots are telling you, they're trying to get you not to look up there, cause man, they're trying to get, look, don't listen to people that don't know what they're talking about. They're not doctors. They're not people. They're not scientists. These are the same people that think that lizard people are running the world. There's like Sweet Leaf says, they're not smoking the right leaf. There's something in their stuff. Sweet Leaf says, you got that right, brother. It's a religious event for our friends on the Navajo Nation too. So I'm not making light of that. So I don't want any of you, Bob says, we know you, Ryan. We know you told it Friday. That's fine. But I just want to let it be known for those that might be tuning in for the first time on the Earth Rock Radio. We understand that this is a rebirth in a new world and your thought process on it, on the Navajo Nation. Welding hoods. Yep, they will. Welding hoods will be, you can view from that. Pete, but you'll probably have your head down working at that time. What's up, Jake from New Zealand? Not from State Farm, but from New Zealand. What's up, brother? Anyway, we know what it's going to be for our friends on the Navajo Nation, but don't listen to people tell you just look up there and don't worry. They just don't want you to say it. No, stop listening to clickbaiters, fake conspiracy theorists, and those people who are on the fringe of society with their mindset thinking everything is not putting imaginary things in the world and saying you're crazy while they're smoking what Sweet Leaf's smoking, but there must be some fentanyl in it or something. So make sure you wear those glasses, folks. If you go blind or somebody in your family goes blind, don't say I didn't warn you. Tell me when I'm telling them lies. You can't handle the truth. There you go. I got my CM Punk in this morning since Cody Rhodes did win last night. Congratulations to Cody. People living along the path area, millions of others will be able to see a partial solar eclipse depending on local weather conditions. There's going to be some rain in some areas. So I guess we act like it's biblically the rapture coming because it's in the United States when Israel is actually Jesus's, and those that's beside the point. I'm not going to get into that. Parts of Michigan, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Vermont, New York just had some earthquakes, and there were some conspiracy theories there. New Hampshire, Ohio, Missouri, Indianapolis, Kentucky, Texas, Maine, and Illinois were in the direct path of the total eclipse. So in Georgia, we might get to see it. San Antonio, where the Brahmas play, Austin and Dallas, where the Cowboys play, and then Austin, the big music scene out there, are the biggest cities in Texas and fall in the path of the total eclipse. Little Rock, Indianapolis, Cleveland, and Buffalo. Buffalo, this is for you, my friend. We got a listener on from Buffalo this morning, Steve C. Are other urban centers that are the best position for the rare event. 250 miles from the total eclipse. Parts of Canada, Montreal is the biggest city in Canada is going to get to see it. Newfoundland is going to get to see it as well. Texas has not yet had a total eclipse in a very long time. Just want to do that. Put that in there. I want to put all this. And please, everybody, wear the safety goggles. Please wear the safety goggles. If you got like a welding mask, but we all are not welders. And don't go out and buy a welding mask and you go, oh, good a welding mask, because then somebody going to say, hey, do you know how to do so-and-so? Peter asked you a certain little thing that only welders know. And you'll be like, what? Be like, this is not a real welder, guys. Let's get him. He just bought the helmet. Anyway, 2044 total eclipse will be visible in the next one, 2044, 2045, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Montreal, and Montana, I should say. Also, Alberta and Sac will get it there too in 2044. All right. Solar eclipse. Make sure you guys have safety glasses, the right safety glasses. Pull off the side of the road somewhere or stay. And make sure it's a great place to pull off. A lot of traffic's increasing. People are going to be on the roadways trying to see it too. What's not safe is wearing regular sunglasses, no glasses or whatever. Wear safety glasses. Speeding during this time is not a very bright thing to do, dummies. And pull over to a safe place, not an unsafe place like the side of the road. So, and for those people like, they just don't want you to see what's coming. Let me tell you, crazy people that say that. Let me tell you something. It's crazy. It's crazy. Don't say that crazy stuff. Don't cause people to lose their eyesight or do something or start hurting people during this thing because they think something's going to happen. Because nothing's going to happen except for the total eclipse. And in the rapture, let me go ahead and tell you this. There's no solar eclipse in the Bible. All right, God's plan, part one. The Lord, our God, is in control of the end times in the future. The Lord controls the ultimate fulfillment of time, and he controls sovereign control to bring his promises to pass. Our Lord knows the exact time and season he will fulfillment. His fulfillment will be. Acts 1:7, 1 Thessalonians 5:1. Isaiah 37:26 and Titus 1:3 says the Lord promises that he will, that what he says generations ago would be fulfilled. The Bible says that the God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit is one God that exists in eternity. On the other hand, those not born of the water and the Spirit will face the eternal punishment. Those born of water and Spirit will be eternally with the Lord, our Savior, and his kingdom. Daniel 7:18-27. Revelations 22:5. The born-again believers who now live in time and space will live eternally. So there you go. Nothing in these things are saying that there's an eclipse in it. The second coming of Jesus is going to be when he's ready to come. People going, well, we'll see. Well, we'll see. Let me go ahead and tell you the people we see people. When you're not raptured, you have to ask yourself why. Maybe it's because you were worshiping man, golden idols of politicians, actors, and everything. You know, I enjoyed Wrestlemania on the weekend, but I don't worship any of those people. I enjoy watching UFL football. I don't worship anybody. I worship Jesus. You know, and of course, I know the Navajo Nation have a different belief and everything, but I appreciate them letting me get my voice and my opinion. I'm the voice of the real voiceless here, telling the truth. And let me tell you something. When you worship all this stuff, and then you have hate, like one of our listeners earlier was like, is there still a lot of racism in Alabama? Yes, there is. There's a lot of racism across a lot of small communities. They just won't admit it because they don't want to look bad. There's a lot. So you've got that kind of hate. If you're calling people names that disbelieve in the way you vote, whether it's on the left or the right, and you call them Satan and evil and this, that, and the other, and they're fascists or communists and everything, think God's going to say, come on, I'm rapturing you? If you really think it's the rapture today, I'm just going to say to those that really think that, you better be reading your Bible this morning. But when we come back, we got more on the way. It's the RyanORadio Penitentiary. We continue talking about the solar eclipse, and we'll give you a little review of last night's or over the weekend Wrestlemania. Big weekend.
Scored 30 points, but wasn't enough yesterday as the Hawkeyes fell just short of an NCAA championship record for a second straight year, 87-85 to South Carolina.
Stupidity isn't bliss.
NBA action, the Mavericks beat the Rockets. It was the Clippers over the Cavaliers. Heat fall to the Pacers. Celtics beat the Trailblazers. Suns lose to the Pelicans. Thunders top the Hornets. Magic beat the Bulls. Raptors over the Wizards. Sixers beat the Spurs. The Knicks beat the Bucks. The Kings over the Nets. Warriors beat the Jazz, and the Timberwolves beat the Lakers. In the NHL, your winners are the Wings, the Wild, Hurricanes, Coyotes, the Senators, the Predators, the Rangers, the Blues, and the Dallas Stars. They beat the Avalanche. This is SRN Sports. Sad news in baseball on Rocks.
WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, Noonan, Sharpsburg, Franklin, LaGrange.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Today's solar eclipse will briefly block out the sun, but as Tammy Trujillo reports, it's expected to shine some light into the economy.
As millions prepare to witness the rare celestial event, experts are forecasting upwards of a $1.5 billion boost to businesses within the eclipse's corridor. Lodging and travel.
Well, I better go out and sell advertising during that time if the eclipse is going to cost some money to go up.
On the move along the path of the eclipse from Texas to Maine. Retailers are also expected to continue seeing an uptick in sales for eclipse-related products, from viewing glasses to portable chairs. History shows the stock market is likely to have a positive response, with the Dow finishing the year of notable gains in 10 out of 13 total solar eclipse events since 1900.
Waiting for people to give you something to do. They're waiting on the solar eclipse today. You just tell them you're prepared. That's all. That's why they don't have anything for you to do right now, Pete. They're not working, so they don't have anything for you to do.
Emergency responders met the passengers on the runway, and the travelers soon boarded another flight that headed to Houston around 2 p.m. The Israeli military is withdrawing ground troops from the southern Gaza Strip. The IDF said on Sunday that its 98th Division is leaving the Strip to recuperate and prepare for future operations. No further details were given, and it's unclear if the withdrawal is related to Israel's plan to invade the southern city of Rafah, where it says Hamas militants are hiding. There's a winner in the billion-dollar Powerball jackpot. Lottery officials say a single ticket in Oregon matched all 6 numbers in Saturday's drawing. It's worth an estimated $1.3 billion. Powerball says it's the 4th largest jackpot in the history of the game. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Okay, so Domino's Perfect Combo includes 2 medium one-topping pizzas, 16 Parmesan bread bites, 8 cinnamon twists, and a liter of Coke. Today we're on the street asking real people how much they think it all costs. All of it? All of it. $44, $45, $34.99. The 2 pizzas are probably 10 each. 75. What if I told you that this Domino's Perfect Combo is only $19.99? Shut the front door.
This'll be a family.
It's Domino's Perfect Combo, and it's all just $19.99.
I'm pretty handy around the house, but now that I have kids, I don't want to spend my Saturday installing a toilet or fixing an air conditioner. Thankfully, there's HomeAdvisor. HomeAdvisor helps me find the best home pros in my area to handle any kind of project.
You can read reviews of the pros, check their availability, even book appointments online. And what my wife loves most is that HomeAdvisor is completely free to use.
Go to homeadvisor.com or download the free app to get started.
Made to order 100% Wagyu beef burgers that are 100% from Red Robin, starting at $6.99, which is 100% awesome. 100% Wagyu beef burgers with fries, starting at $6.99. 100%.
There you go, Pete. You got a plan. Just make sure you have a flashlight about 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock this afternoon if it gets dark while you're working out in the garden or the yard.
Your trusted agent for finding the perfect plan to fit your budget. She works with multiple companies, ensuring the best option just for you. Don't miss out on the chance to make the right choice for your financial future. 706-525-5931. Speak to Charmaine Preston, CP Financial, your top local sales agent.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location. 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Is Wishbone Fried Chicken right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around.
Oh, you see well at night. Okay, well, good. And you'll be able to see when it's a few minutes of dark, 2 to 3 minutes of dark. 4 minutes of dark in the middle of the daytime. We usually get that when it gets stormy, right?
Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.calvitaforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
Hey, sports fans, it's Ron Peterson here, host of the Ron Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Hey, sports fans. Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. Drive time on WQEE. Braves Country is a Southern sports talk show. Matt McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Braves Country. Matt McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. Weekdays, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Oh, you did in Carrollton, Church Without Walls. Okay, cool. Is that like a real? What is that type of? What type of church is that? So they need to talk to us about being on the air. I'm always thinking, sorry. Here we go. Yeah, what kind of American? Hurt. I think that's the dumbest part of that movie. Clickbaiters, fake conspiracy theorists coming up with all kinds of things. Community justice. Cool. That's right. It's coming out Friday, the Civil War movie. We'll talk about more of it tomorrow morning on our movie reviews with Shane B, our expert. It's time to kick off period number 2, ladies and gentlemen. This hour, we got a little WrestleMania wrap up for you. I'm just going to be getting the main meat and potatoes of everything and give you what else is going on. That's a little bit into the second half of this period, but we're still talking about this the moon photo bombing the sun today around 2:30 p.m. We'll get into that right after this. It's RyanORadio, host of the most, Ryan O'Neal, and of course, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. If I don't see you again, it's a very, very good night. Welcome in, 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast, Shout It Out Loud, across the RyanORadio media page, iHeartRadio, Prime, Amazon Prime, get that right, and more. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada. Also, our favorite Earth Rock radio crew on the Navajo Nation, real radio there and internet, as well as Arizona and New Mexico. We're across the East Alabama, West Georgia area of the Jordan Communication and Family Radio Station, and right here in Atlanta's 99.1 FM WQEE, the talk of Atlanta and the key. And to all my friends out there, hello, and to my haters, listen up. I am the man around here, the straight edge independent skeptic, telling you like it is, telling you telling the truth and not telling you what you want to hear, right here, all over the air on the home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, and headline news. Period number 2 is underway. Sounds good. I want to hear more about that, church, from you guys. We got a lot to talk about within the hour. Next hour, we go inside the coach's corner in the final second half of this next hour. And my good friend and I, Coach Shami Lewis from Landmark Christian, talking about what's going on at the school, as well as his thoughts on some Final Four games and UFL football this weekend. And we're going to celebrate with Cody Rhodes as he finished his story last night at WrestleMania, becoming the WWE Universal Champion, defeating Roman Reigns with bloodline rules. And it was a perfect way to bring in a bunch of stars that they didn't have to waste. Here was the thing, the way to utilize the elder statesmen that people wanted to see without them having to take a spot from the younger people that are building the company. The way Triple H did it over the weekend was perfect. That's all I'm going to say. What Triple H did was perfect, and there shouldn't be any complaints. Now, there was probably too much on the table being cleared every time we turned around. Michael Cole and them had to get up every time last night. But other than that, over the weekend, it was pretty clear that utilizing John Cena and The Rock, well, The Rock wrestled night 4, but utilizing John Cena and Undertaker and a few other people during the match, along with the Bloodline family members, made it great. And then Dustin Rhodes and Ricky Starks from AEW were in the box, chilling. Nobody saw them, but there was pictures of them watching because, Tony Khan wasn't going to let them show up out there and hug on Cody for winning. So we'll talk about that coming up in just a few. And sorry, Triple H is one of my favorites. And Triple H is kind of like me. When we put something on, we'll take out everybody doing our business. We'll take out all the naysayers. We'll take out all the clickbaiters. We'll take out all the fake conspiracy theorists. We'll take out all the people on the fringe, because we got 2 words for you. It's Jesus Christ, baby. That's what's on my side. I don't know about Triple H, but I know that he'll take out the haters. Tony Khan, AEW is back down at the bottom. Even though they got a lot of great guys, it's still back at the bottom. They brought up, they had Bubba Ray Dudley there and everything. We'll get into all that this morning in just a few. 15 minutes past the hour. Time and temperature is currently 54 degrees on the outside right here in the metro Atlanta and Atlanta areas. Time and temperature brought to you by Southern States Bank 20 Oak Hill Boulevard here in Noonan. East Alabama, West Georgia's banking experience, personal, business, and more. All right, let's jump into it. I would like to kick off this hour like we always do with a daily devotion brought to you by Noonan City Church, 17 First Avenue here in the metro Atlanta area of Noonan. Noonan City Church, that's right. Transforming lives for Jesus' sake. Pastor Jimmy Ellison inviting you out to Noonan City Church. All right, coming from our daily devotion prayer book from Jesus Listens, author of Jesus Calling. And this is what she had to say. This is Sarah Young. She's bringing together John 16:33, Philippians 4:13, Romans 8:31, and Psalm 73:23. Now, my sovereign God, I long for the absence of problems in my life, but I realize this is unrealistic goal. Shortly before you were crucified, you told your followers, in this world you will have trouble. I'm thankful that I can look forward to an eternity of problem-free living, reserved in my space in heaven. I rejoice in the glorious inheritance, which no one can take away from me. Teach me to wait patiently. Wait patiently. There you go. For promised perfection rather than seeking my heaven on earth here. Lord, help me begin each day anticipating problems, asking you to equip me for those difficulties that lie ahead. The best way to equip yourself is in your living presence. Your hand is always out there for me. Let's go. Thank God. Discussing my problems with you frees me to have a lighthearted view of all my troubles and seeing the challenges you and I come together. Please remind me again and again that you are on my side and you have overcame this world. Hallelujah. Amen. And for those preppers out there, this is a good one right here for all of us. For the real people that are really followers of Christ that are not worried about whether today, tomorrow, next week, next year, last year, whether it's the rapture has already happened and the rapture is coming, or it's coming today, it's coming 200 years from now or whatever. If you're believing in the real Jesus Christ, you're not scared. You're excited. You're really like, hey, about time it's going to happen. And for those people today that have, if you don't ask for forgiveness for your hate in your heart for other people, and it's, I just literally hate everybody, and it's all about politics on both sides. I mean, comedian-wise, hey, it's funny to listen to all that kind of stuff. Voting-wise, great, go out and vote for who you want to vote for. But if your life is waking up every morning with hate in your heart for somebody different than you, then if you really believe the rapture's happening today, you're not going. And stop telling yourself you are. If you're really scared, then you really don't have Jesus in your heart. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited about this to happen because I'm excited to show everybody, well, Jesus is already here anyway, and this is not going to happen the way you think it's going to happen because we don't know the day and time when he's going to come. So I like to put that out there every morning to remind people of really doing it. Sweet Leaf says on the Navajo Nation, he enjoys our devotions every morning. And I know you guys are not, that's not of your belief, but I appreciate you guys. Sue, everybody over there is like, we enjoy it. Thank you. Thank you. So there you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our poll question is up on the YouTube page. What are your thoughts on the UFL after week 2? Do you love spring football? 28% say yeah. 6% say I'd rather watch MLB. 11% said they haven't watched any UFL football yet, but the first 2 weekends, of course, you haven't. There's been too much going on, especially with Wrestlemania this past weekend. And 56% of you say, well, I don't know. You don't have any thoughts on it right now yet. There you go. There you go. My thoughts is that so far so good, and Birmingham Stallions are doing that thing, baby. We're going to talk about that coming up next hour. We'll give you a rundown of all the sports news as well. Let's jump into some headline news this morning. Couple of headline news for you. 2 people are dead and 7 injured, including an officer at a mass shooting in Florida at a mall Saturday morning. Police say in Doree, Florida, that it happened on Saturday morning as a security guard was trying to intervene between a gunman who gunned down 2 women and 4 men after an argument in a bar. I guess a bar within the facility. What is the answer to the mass shootings, ladies and gentlemen? What is the answer to our mass shootings? We have to know more about this, right? There's got to be something. All right, ladies and gentlemen, former basketball star Janelle Davis entered a transfer portal and will declare himself for the 2024 NBA draft this year. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to dive into this. It's time for more with the moon photobombing the sun today. Between 2:30 and 3:30, about 4 minutes in parts of the United States, which I've already showed you last hour, some of those that are. So begin in Bell City, Texas at 1:27 p.m. Central Standard Time, accumulated in Maine at 3:35 p.m. 2 to 4 minutes, you're going to be able to see the eclipse if you're wearing the proper eyewear. Please do UConn and Purdue. Yes. Parts of Michigan, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Vermont, New York, New Hampshire, Missouri, Indianapolis, Kentucky, Texas, Maine, and Illinois are the direct path of the total eclipse. Partial in other areas. So there you go. And speaking of that, ladies and gentlemen, with some sports included in this, we'll tell you about it in just a few moments. But today's solar eclipse myths debunked. The moon will be in front of the sun for up to 4 minutes, 28 seconds a day. It was 15 United States crossing the border into Canada this afternoon, and that's going to be in Alberta, I think. Let's see, let me make sure. Let's see. Yeah, Montreal. It's going to be in Montreal today. Sorry, the capital city. The ultimate occurrence has created a flurry of internet misinformation. 44 million people live within parts of the eclipse, and the next one will be August of 2044. Eclipse will not be what you think it is. It's not caused any pregnant women. So if a pregnant woman looks at it, you're not going to lose your baby. No earthquakes. No, it's not the end of the world as we know it. Eclipses will not cause a food shortage. Just because they're taking pictures up during the eclipse don't mean that they're trying to stop something from coming to Earth. And you have to have the proper viewing goggles. Make sure you have the proper viewing goggles. Make sure you have the proper viewing goggles. Don't look up there and go, I'm going to do one out there because I don't care. Oh, my eyes. And then you lose your sight and go, well, so-and-so told me on that clickbaiter told me it was real. I believed him over the real news people and the real doctors and the other people. I believed him because, why I wanted the earth to come to an end because, instead of believing in God's word, I believe in the man's word. That's what you're doing. Solar eclipse safety. Wear your goggles. This is coming from the Troup County Sheriff's Department. They say, plan for increased traffic and pull over in safe places to watch it. Also, not safe to wear sunglasses, regular sunglasses, no glasses whatsoever. They also speeding during this time is unsafe, dummies. And pulling over an unsafe place like the side of the highway is not a good idea. So there you go. I'm ready for the solar eclipse to come this afternoon. Ooh, it's getting dark out there. There's the eclipse coming now. There'll be some rain in some areas. The total eclipse of the sun sounds like a song, ladies and gentlemen. And speaking of that, first pitch for the Marlins-Yankees game today has been delayed for 4 hours because of the solar eclipse. The game is scheduled to start at 2:05 p.m. this afternoon at Yankee Stadium, but first pitch has been pushed all the way to 6:05 this evening as New York will welcome in the Florida Marlins. Your Florida Marlins, Gail, will probably lose. Anyway, they might win. The Yankees not doing too well because the Eclipse will start at 2:27 Eastern Standard Time in the United States. That's 1:27, and it's supposed to be the part of the United States into Canada. Thank you for blowing on the horn there. By 3:25, according to NASA. Oh, I just want to know one thing. When it crosses into, it comes from the ocean, it crosses the Mexican border, it goes in the United States, and it crosses the Canadian border. Did we stop it? It didn't show me any papers that it was allowed to be here in the United States. And I'm sure Canada's like, wait. We don't want you your crazy Eclipse from the United States coming into Canada. Show us your papers before you come. Oh, I just made somebody cry. Tell me when I'm telling lies. You can't handle the truth. All right. 25 minutes past the hour. It is currently 54 degrees on the kind of cloudy skies out there. Time and temperature brought to you by, this time, Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Newton. Active Pest Control, summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Let's take a break. When we come back, you and I are going to talk a little Wrestlemania. Just a little bit. Just a little bit to get your mouth watering for tonight's WWE Raw. I bet you Cody Rhodes will be on there. Congratulations to Cody Rhodes for finishing his story last night. We'll give you a little updates on what happened and what's going on, and they're finally doing everything on this Moon Monday edition of the RyanORadio Penitentiary, this Solar Eclipse Monday edition, back in just a few moments. Plus, we go inside the Coach's Corner final period. We'll talk about the Final Four and more with Coach Tommy Lewis in the second half of the final period this morning of the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Back in a moment, more on the way as the RyanORadio Penitentiary cruises on. Oh, they're coming after me, guys. It's a group of them out there. They're mad. We're going to go after this boy. He's smart. Now, probably somebody likes me. Hi, now. They're coming. Hey, I like you. Like, I met somebody Saturday, guys. It's like, he said, Ryan O'Neal. Pete said, I don't know. I was like, first thing that came to my mind when I met him was like, somebody knows me. At least somebody knows me. Second, I was like, how does he know me? And did I make him mad? You know how radio people personalities are. And finally, it's like, Then he says, hey, it's Pete. I was like, oh.
Services plus specific services like totally roach and flea control. Even if you can't see them, insects are all around you 24/7. Active Pest Control is the first line of defense. Active Pest Control. Repair, bond, pest, termite coverage around. Active Pest Control. 34 Jefferson Street, Newton. 770-954-9941.
Moving is a big decision. Selling or buying a home in any market, but especially today, raises a lot of questions. Dealing with Kelce loyalty. My husband Tom and I started becoming a individual. Our purpose at our first meeting is to learn your goals, answer questions, and provide resources so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. 678-525-0047. Schedule free.
All right, we got to find this radio station. Where's this guy? The door's already open, so you guys can come in and jump on. You make people mad, they come after you. Then they'll probably come in and go, Ryan, how you doing, man? I listen to you. That's usually how my listeners are. I usually think, what's going to happen? All right, let's see. Oh, Cody Rhodes will be on today's show today. That's right. Boy, that crowd went exploded when Cody won last night. Samantha couldn't even say it. She was tears in her eyes. Yeah, she had a lot of emotion. And Little Nate's Charles Robinson was the referee. I knew Cody was going to win. Brandy was out with him at the beginning of the show, and then Brandy came out at the end, at the end of the night. Dustin was up with Ricky Starks up in the box up there watching as well, ladies and gentlemen. Cody was looking up to the heavens last night. The crowd, man. Two-day event, 145,000 plus or something like 2-day combined. Triple H put on one of the best shows ever in the world of professional wrestling for you wrestling fans out there. Triple H did a good job. Good job. Got tired of waiting for the supervisors for work, so I gave myself something to do. Wow. That's a good employee right there. Anyway, man, Cody Rhodes. And then at the end of the night, of course, Cody Rhodes, his wife comes out, his mom gets in the ring, presents her to the belt. His father-in-law's in the ring, his sister, her husband, and everybody's in the ring. Of course, Dustin couldn't be down there with his wife because Dustin is under contract with AEW. Thank you, Tony Khan. You're never going to be as big as WWE, Tony Khan. Sorry. Now that Triple H is taking over, the metalheads know how to do things. Let's just say that. We know what we do it. Anyway, Triple H put on a good show last night. Cody, over the weekend, a lot of people showed up. Of course, Cody, and this was in Philadelphia where the Eagles play. And there was a few Eagles that showed up the night before. We'll talk about that in a minute. But first, he has his family, his friends come out. Jey Uso's out there. LA Knight's out there. Randy Orton's out there. KO's out there. Seth sat still out there after Seth came out during the match at the Shield music and everything. So it was a thing. It was like during the match, Cody Rhodes bloodline rules. Jey Uso comes out. Jimmy chases him off. They get in a fight. They fall off. Solo comes out to help Roman. Then Cena comes out and does his F5 on him and Roman. And then Rock comes out to get in the face of John Cena, and Rock bottoms him. Then the Shield's music hits, and Seth comes in with a chair, remembrance of the day that he hit Roman with the chair to end the Shield years ago. And then they stopped him, and then all of a sudden the lights went out. The lights came back on. Undertaker choke slammed Rock, and then that's how we heard just a few minutes ago how the match ended. Great night there. And a 2-night new champions everywhere. And night one of the event, Rhea Ripley kicked off with a sick Becky Lynch who had strep throat, beat her, kept her title. Undisputed tag team belts were on the line. New Catch Republic came out to the Raw music, but they still were professional. Ladders were used, and end of the night, tag team belts were split. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller got the SmackDown tag team belts, and of course, R-Truth and The Miz with R-Truth's big first win at WrestleMania as they get the Raw tag team belts. Wow. Next match, Andrade and Rey Mysterio defeated Dominic Mysterio and Santana Escobar with the help of Jason Kelce. That's right. And Lance Johnson from the Philadelphia Eagles came out. They jumped in the ring. Yeah, they look like two guys with beer belly. Well, Jason like a guy with beer bellies, but those boys jumped in the ring like they've done it before. I can see Jason Kelce in wrestling. Also, Born defeat in the 6-woman tag team match over Damage Control with Naomi and Bianca Belair. Sami Zayn ends Gunther's domination, and he becomes the new IC champion. Congratulations to him. And we knew The Rock and Roman Reigns cheated to win. They beat everything down. Rock threatened the referee that if he counted him out, he was fired. Rock bottom after they beat up old Cody bad with belts, and the bloodline rules the next night, which turned out pretty good. Kicked off the night with CM Punk there, sitting there in commentary. Drew McIntyre coming out, the Scottish Warrior coming out to Scottish Pipes and Highlanders, and then looked like Seth came out to some group out of Philadelphia, looked like a Mardi Gras, and they had a heck of a match back and forth, and then Drew won. Actually, Drew went out and took a selfie with his brother. I guess it was his brother or a family member and his wife. And then went back and he ended up winning the match. Seth gets out and says, "You deserve it," pointed at him. And then Drew focuses in on CM Punk. They get into it, and Punk, hits him, knocks him down. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. With that, Damian Priest comes out and cashes in the Money in the Bank, wins in 6 minutes. 6 minutes champion, Joey McIntyre, and Damian Priest becomes the champion. So I guess we'll turn, Judgment Day will turn face tonight. We'll see. They were all excited. Bubba Ray Dudley played a part in the street fight with the Pride defeating the Final Testament. LA Knight defeated AJ Styles. U.S. title match. Logan Paul held on to that, defeating KO and Randy Orton. And WWE Women's Championship had Bayley defeat Iota Sky and about Cody Rhodes. So Raw tonight, 8 o'clock. We'll see who all's going to be on there. We're about we're 20 minutes away from the top of the hour. You're holding that. Can you believe it? Hold on. It is 55 degrees. Your type of temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control under beautiful sunny skies. Active Pest Control, summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Mike and the crew can exterminate and lay the smack down for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to the Hall of Fame winners. Everybody was inducted. Barry Windham, Mike Rotunda were put in as U.S. Express, and they did a little dedication to Bray Wyatt, a.k.a. Windham Rotunda. Mike said he wished he was there. Taylor, a.k.a. Bo Dallas, and Micah Rotunda, the sister and little brother of Bray Wyatt. Windham Rotunda was there. So happy Monday to you, BK. How you doing? So that was a great induction to the Hall of Fame for Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda's U.S. Express. Also, Bull Nakata, Muhammad Ali, he gave a belt. He was inducted by The Undertaker. He gave a People's Belt to The Rock, so The Rock wore that out. Rock inducted his grandmother, and his mother came out there for that and took it. And the biggest – and, Thunderbolt Patterson was inducted by the New Day, and the only person he really wanted to hug was Gerald Briscoe. That was so sweet. Guys for same time. And he got up racism and hate and everything. So that shows you that Briscoe brothers were good people. And he hugged him, and Briscoe brought him out last night on the thing. And Hall of Fame, Paul Heyman, man, you got to go see that one. I can't talk about it because on the radio, it would be illegal to talk about. He dropped a lot of F-bombs and stuff and said it was damn sure he was right, deserved what he got and everything. So there you go. All right, we're going to take a break, ladies and gentlemen. More still to come on this Moon Monday, as the moon is going to moon the sun at 2:30 p.m. today. And coming up on Friday's show, guys, we got great guests all week on Friday. We got two great guests. We'll come back starting Friday to today. Friday's show, we'll have Holly Reese in the final period from Warrior Defenders. A great topic there about women's defense. And then comedian Jim Gossett joins us in the second period on Friday. He's got a big event coming up in Roswell, Georgia next Saturday night. We'll talk about that. Tickets available. Also, ladies and gentlemen, on Thursday, True Crime Thursday, we'll have Elizabeth Sarles, our author of The Birthday Bash, will be with us talking about another unsolved homicide on True Crime Thursday, where everybody knows your name. They know your mom and them. They know everything about them, but they don't know who did it. On Wednesday, we travel the state with our tour guide and our expert blogger, Histories and Mysteries. Sally Toole joins us this Wednesday. And coming up on Tuesday tomorrow, we'll have two great guests. In the second period of play, sports analyst Richard Holdridge returns from vacation. We'll talk with him about UFL and Final Four and more. Maybe get his thoughts on Jason Kelce jumping in the ring on the weekend. He'll be like, whoa, I didn't know that. And then, of course, that's Taylor Swift's brother-in-law. And then movie reviews with my good friend Shane B tomorrow morning. In the final period, we'll talk about Civil War coming out on Friday. Plus, we'll have other reviews, what's hot, what's not, and more. The top 10 movies from over the weekend. Esther, I'm doing great. Thank you for being with us. And in the final period this morning, inside the Coach's Corner, the second half, our good friend, Coach Tommy Lewis joins us. We'll talk landmark Christian sports and anything else he wants to talk about in the sports world next hour. Stay with us more on the way as the RyanORadio Penitentiary cruises on. I'm doing great, Esther. Thank you. Hope you're doing well as well.
You're walking shop or on your favorite trail. You get that feeling. What do you do? Putting in prayer to today's world. Hi, I'm Holly Reese. I'm the founder of Warrior Defenders. As a
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Cher. Thank you. You are so kind. I appreciate it, Esther. Thank you for tuning in. Cher from Iowa's on the feed this morning. Woo.
Learn today how to save for tomorrow. WarriorDefenders.com.
See, I didn't take up much time for the wrestling wrap up this morning for those that don't like it. But I'm still proud of Cody Rhodes. He's an Atlanta boy.
Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowieforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand
Got great guests all week, guys. Great guests. Long list of guests this week.
The best chicken around. Fish dinners. Open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Is Wishbone Fried Chicken right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A, here in Newton.
Tune in Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 10:30 to listen to the Sustainable Brown Girl Radio Show, hosted by me, Ariel Grain. Each week, we'll learn ways to be more sustainable in our everyday lives. We'll discuss exciting environmental ways to get involved locally, and we'll hear from women of color who are saving the planet in their own unique ways. Be sure to listen to the Sustainable Brown Girl Radio Show every Thursday at 10 a.m.
You are listening to live CDP Sports Talk, sports and entertainment radio show, weeknights at 8 p.m. Eastern, live only on WQEE 99.1, The Key, the heartbeat of Atlanta, Southern Talks, and sports. Sports Talk weeknight.
This is Dave Scott, host of Spaced Out Radio. Come join us every night starting
Pete Davis in Newton, Georgia. I've met him in person on Saturday
We will head down a path of mystery and
at our Market Day event.
people experiencing true
Ryan O'Neal, what?
UFOs,
Oh,
monsters from the finest.
yeah, he met me over the weekend. Yep.
Tune in Spaced Out Radio nightly on WQEE.
Got to meet me in person.
1 FM.
Got an autographed picture.
Friends, we own the night.
Hello, everyone. This is DJ from Bando Up 45s of Fear Radio.
Yeah, right.
Where I play all vinyl 45s. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Newton, Georgia.
Yes, it's Eclipse Day. I call it the moon Sunday. The mooning sun on a Monday. All right, guys, still to come in the final period. We'll go into some sports. We'll talk about the Final Four. We'll get you some sports, UFL, football. The River Dragons did well. We'll talk all about that a little bit as we jump into Inside the Coach's Corner on this Monday. Great guest all week. We appreciate everybody being with us, and we appreciate like, subscribe, and share on the YouTube page. All right, here's our poll question this morning. What are your thoughts on the UFL after week 2? 32% of you say you love. 5% say you'd rather watch Major League Baseball, and that includes Pete. 11% of you said you haven't watched any games yet. Of course you haven't. The WrestleMania was this past weekend, and the first weekend it was the Final Four weekend, or the Elite Eight, I should say. So, and 53% of you said, I don't know. I did watch the opening weekend of the the USFL, and go Birmingham Stallions. Well, it'd be somebody could do a promo today on tonight. Whoever's going to be the next person to try to step up to Cody Rhodes for the World Championship, they can say, "Look, you won, and everybody should be talking about you, but you've been eclipsed by the solar eclipse." Somebody can do something like that. If they do it tonight, then you heard it here first, and they need to copy. They need to send me a paycheck for that. I can write a show better than some. Not better than Triple H. That was a good one this weekend. Laugh out loud, Ryan. I thought about the autograph picture. Yep. Pete got to meet me over the weekend there. She was like, awesome. I was like, he got an autograph picture of me. I do need to get some merch. Made up. I got 2 people who's going to do some merch for the radio station too. I did hear about CJ Snare. Oh, the lead singer of Firehouse. There's like Firehouse. I knew members of that band, and I knew people who know him personally. Oh my gosh, he was young, man. God bless his soul. I did hear about him. He had a family and everything. Still doing his thing, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Ryan, sell autographed pictures. Yeah, I can do what the wrestlers do, right? Do autographed pictures. We're going to have some T-shirts and stuff ready for the station pretty soon. Maybe I need to do some RyanORadio Penitentiary T-shirts too, and put on the back, I'm always right. And then everybody can say, they can hold up their fingers like they do for Roman. Oh, and I don't know that anymore because Cody's the champion. Our Atlanta boy did good. All right. We're going to tell you. Oh, we're back. All right, let's jump right back into it. We got about 10 minutes left in this hour, so there you go. Total eclipse of the sun happening today. Thank you, Esther, for giving me a like and everything. I appreciate it. You got a biblical name. That's cool. Solar eclipse safety tips from our friends at I have an Adam West picture and an autograph. Well, that was Batman. Come on. The real Batman. You know, like Michael Keaton, but that was the real Batman. That's cool. Ask BK on the air. He'll be like, wait. You got one of those? So do I. Good, Esther. I'm glad you are a follower of Christ, a Christian. Solar eclipse safety tips from the Troup County Sheriff's Department over there in Troup County, and also, I guess, every other sheriff department. But they're saying, make sure you wear glasses. Make sure you plan for increased traffic today, and make sure that you pull over to a safe place. And don't wear regular sunglasses, no glasses. Don't just stare at the sun. It's sunny here. Traffic's going to be, don't speed in traffic. It's going to be there. And plan to go to a safe place, not like to pull off, not like the side of the interstate or the highway. So that's what they're saying. Sheriff says it's going to be cloudy there. Good. Well, it's not going to be any different in Canada, even though it's going to Montreal now. I know my Canadian listeners are going to pick at you right quick. Don't get mad. It's already cloudy a lot there with all that smoke and fire. Yeah, I'm picking. Alice says you're not wrong. Mike says true. Dave says, I was gonna disagree with you, but no, Ryan, I can't. But we still love our friends in Canada because y'all gave us one of the greatest exports ever. Bret the Hitman Hart. Come on. And hockey. So there, and no, three things you gave us great exports: hockey, NHL making it big in hockey, Bret the Hitman Hart, and my brother man Rod Peterson from the Rod Peterson Show. 3 things you guys gave us. So the eclipse is day, yes, about 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, about 3:30. It's going to start in Mexico and cross the border, which I hope that this got its legal papers to do something. Making fun of those people who are like, hey, what about it? And I know Canada, I already said they didn't want it to come there. And Montreal, they already said they didn't want it there without its papers. It's going to head in the United States and in Canada. Gale's Marlins are not going to get to play to 6:05 tonight against the Yankees because they're gonna have first pitch. It's supposed to be at 2:05 today, but they're gonna have it at 6:05 today. The Yankees. So yeah, and it's gonna be in different parts. So looking at what I'm looking at, it's gonna hit mostly Illinois, Maine, Ohio, places like that, and it's not even got Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, any of those places on it. They'll be probably partial. So my area is supposed to have 76% coverage. Yeah, you might get it. Your name is on, your state's on that list. New York, New Jersey, they're on the list. So, but wear your glasses, folks. Don't listen to some conspiracy. Don't listen to some clickbait person, fake conspiracy theorist. And I'm going to say that because there's a lot of fantastic people out there that have different opinions than me. But as far as like so-called conspiracy theories that don't harm people at all. So we're going to call these other people fake conspiracy theorists and people on the fringe of society that's trying to use the Bible. And I've read the rapture and second coming stuff that you got, and nothing in it saying that. And if by chance he did come, if you're a real follower of Christ, you're excited. You're like, whatever. I'm not worried about it. But if you're like, I'm worried, then you might need to be changing your ways. Your hateful, racist ways. I hate somebody different than me. I hate somebody who votes different than me. I hate somebody who looks different than me. I hate somebody this. I hate they hate. That's not Jesus. So you got to get love of Jesus in you, buddy. I like that, Pete. But please wear your glasses. They're saying this. Some theories that they're talking about for today's eclipse. Pregnant women will not lose their babies because of the eclipse. No earthquakes during that time. No, it's not the end of the world. Eclipse will not poison the food. I mean, they've already been poisoning the food. I mean, then they don't need to do that during the eclipse. Oh, you see, I let my little people have those little conspiracy theories say that, and I'm not picking on them, but I'm picking at how people are saying about the eclipse. View through something proper glasses and the proper channel of using. Please, guys, stop falling for the internet trolls that are lying to you. Oh, okay. Well, I'll try to do that. Yes, going into the break here. That'd be a good idea. Where can I find that place? Do I just put it in the internet, or is there a place I can put it? Is there a place I can look on? But please wear your glasses, guys. Please don't fall for the I don't have to wear them and look up at the sun because there's something coming. I just read here all of the stuff, rapture stuff, and none of it is saying anything about an eclipse. I got it sitting right here in front of me. I'm going to start studying more biblical stuff myself to learn more about it because I've got to get into it so that, in the article titled "The Rapture is the Door, Are You Ready?" is out on naaveets.org. Scriptures about it, his second coming. Nothing says about an eclipse. And is that rag and rock? I don't know what that. I don't really know. But let's see. In my Father's house are many mansions. If were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you, says Jesus. His rapture and second coming. And nothing that I'm reading on here says that he's coming back during an eclipse. And all the earthquakes were examples of it. These clickbait people, they get more likes and subscribes than anybody. Okay, I'll do that here because I want to find out about mine. Probably not going to get, you probably got 76%. We're probably going to get 10%. Norseman belief. Oh, okay. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall be changed, says Jesus. Let's see. I'm looking at everything and nothing's saying he's coming back and I'm looking at it different from James to Peter to John. I don't see anything in the Bible, any scriptures of him coming back during a eclipse. And I'm not making fun of those people that are thinking this. I'm trying to help them out. That's why I pulled it up this morning during my regular show to do it. I don't want people worrying about things because that's not what we're supposed to do. You can disagree all day on political or whatever, but being violently and fighting and thinking a civil war is coming and that The movie's a prequel. It's all stuff that these people are pushing to get more likes and clickbaits and subscribe. And the real people that are trying out there present real topics, and friends that I know that work in the business that are on the right side and the left side of politics, they don't get as much downloads because people are believing in clickbaiters, fake conspiracy theorists, people that are on the fringe. Time to repent and change your ways. Yeah, they have to change their ways, but he's not coming back today. I can tell you that. We don't know when the day. We will never know the day and time that Jesus comes back. Amen. That's right. Right, says Gail. Back in a moment.
Rock Music website is providing tips for those in the path of today's total eclipse who want to enhance their viewing experience with the perfect soundtrack. Staff members from Ultimate Classic Rock said to start playing Pink Floyd's album Dark Side of the Moon minutes and 53 seconds before the eclipse is expected to be viewable at their headquarters in Akron, Ohio.
And so you say find percentage.
Closing line for the last song on the album, which is "And Everything Under the Sun is in tune, but the sun is eclipsed by the moon." Or if playing the entire album is too much, Ultimate Classic.
Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can find this.
Scheduled to be reached at St. Jack's final episode.
Nope.
Fortune will air June 7th. The finale of the game show's 41st season tape Friday. Seacrest will take over hosting duties next season, and Chili Roll is
Ryan Seacrest is going to be on Wheel of Fortune. That's right. No one knows the day or the hour he will return. Well, we're not going to guesstimate it's today. And if it is today, all those people that are fearing it, guess what? They're going to hell. All right, let's see.
WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, Noonan, Sharpsburg, Franklin, LaGrange.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner.
Good Lord, no, that's not even.
The sun, but as Tammy Trujillo reports, it's expected to shine some light into the economy.
As millions prepare to witness.
I'm gonna go out and sell advertising during this time.
Experts are forecasting upwards of a $1.5 billion boost to businesses within the Eclipse's corridor.
All right, small parts of Michigan and Tennessee are gonna get it. I bet you get it, Gail.
Travelers on the move along the path of the eclipse from Texas to Maine. Retailers are also expected to continue seeing an uptick in sales for eclipse-related products, from viewing glasses to portable chairs. History shows the stock market is likely to have a positive response, with the Dow finishing the year with notable gains in 10 out of 13 total solar eclipse events since 1900.
The Federal Aviation Administration is investigating after a Houston-bound Southwest Airlines flight had returned to Denver on Sunday, about half an hour
All right, I gotta find
International Airport. The Boeing 737-800 made an emergency landing.
this tool. Good morning. Hello? 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 You'd have hung on, you'd have been on. Yeah, you maybe get to see it. Eclipse. Oh, okay, there it is. All right. Partial solar eclipse for LaGrange, which is right down the road from me. All right. We're probably going, let me see, 2 hours, 37 minutes, and 55 seconds.
Show and the 30-minute Radio Rarities podcast can be emailed to you every Monday via digital download link that never expires. That's 24 classic radio shows per month, plus the games,
Let's
celebrity,
see.
music trivia, and much more.
We're going to get partial.
360 and Radio Rarities whenever you like. Visit Hollywood360radio.com.
They're saying about 3:04 p.m. is when it's going to happen here in my area, Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be partial. Yeah, they give me time to go out, get things I need to get done, tell everybody this is the end of the world radio station package. Buy it today.
Okay.
It's going to begin at 13:45. Partial begins, maximum, and then partial at 4:20. But it's saying we're going to get partial. That's all right. I got a flashlight. Yep. At 3:05. Yeah, let's see. Yep. That's what it's saying. 3:05, 3:04, 3:05. That's what it's saying right here. I don't know what this is, but I found it. Whatever Cher suggested. You're talking about CJ? It was just probably heart problems. Put your zip code in. Let's see. It says, and this one it says search by city, state, or country. Timers, calculating. There might be a calculator, time zone, world clock. I'll try to find it. Let's see.
Real estate has 8 offices throughout the state of Alabama. That includes Decatur, Hartsville, Coleman, Florence, Killen, Muscle Shoals, Orange Beach, and Coffin Island. There are more than 140 agents throughout Alabama. You can easily reach one of those agents by going to automatic.us and tell them the Mark White Show sent you. On this Make a Difference Minute, I have Brenda Gant of Cooking with Brenda Gant in Andalusia, Alabama.
I taught for 25 years, and I taught.
See if I can find it. It's got to be here somewhere. Day-to-day calculations.
They limited the classroom size. I had 5 reading groups at that building, second graders. And back then, you taught them everything. If they got it, you had to give it to them. There was a group of guys in my church that said that, hey, we're going to pay you. We want you to do a cooking school thing or a little cooking demonstration or whatever for our wives. I said, look, y'all, I really don't have time. And I didn't. I did not have time. But one day I was in my kitchen. I was cooking for my family for Sunday lunch. I call it dinner and supper, but, you know, I'll say lunch for you folks out there that do that. So I thought, you know, I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold my phone up, and I'm going to make biscuits. They're going to see me, but they're going to watch my hand, and I'm going to throw them out. And I did.
Yes, Sharon. That's what I heard too. He's in a better place. We'll pray for him. I know his family is, ooh. That's what happens when you're in the music business and they don't offer people health insurance and try to help people out and all this kind of stuff and do things for people. And everybody, well, they should just go get the same job everybody else gets. I wish somebody would have been able to catch it a long time ago. Sometimes you can get out of that. Oof. Too many people passing away. Ugh. That thing's happened. Definitely. Ooh. And then he had to play. Yay! Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time once again, the final period of play. Are you ready for the eclipse day? The moon is mooning the sun. We go inside the coach's corner this hour too. It's RyanORadio, Penitentiary. I'm hosting most Ryan O'Neal, and of course, $50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast. Shout it out loud across that RyanORadio media page. Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, Navajo Nation. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, eh? And finally, the Jordan Communication of Family Radio Stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, including right there at 99.1 FM WQEE, real radio for real people in Atlanta. That's right. No fake conspiracy theorists here or clickbaiters. We tell it like it is. We don't tell you what you want to hear. We tell the truth. And a straight-edge independent skeptic on the air, to my haters, I got one thing to say. I am the man around here, dadgummit. That's right, dadgummit. I'm the man around here. All right. Let's tell you what. I want to tell you something. We got a great line of guests this week we'll talk about in a minute. 12 minutes past the hour. We're holding at 56 degrees now. There's sunny skies in the metro Atlanta areas. We'll hopefully get to see the solar eclipse. I mean, we're not really going to see it. It's going to be dark. Time and temperature brought to you by Southern States Bank, making banking easier for personal, business, and more. 20 Oak Hill Boulevard in Noonan, East Alabama, West Georgia's banking experience. All right, I want to jump into this. Got a little sports we're going to dive into. I want to jump into this great guest all week. Today, we got to go inside the coach's corner in just a few moments with Coach Tommy Lewis. We'll talk Landmark Christian Sports and whatever else he wants to talk about. Tomorrow morning, Richard Aldridge from the Sports Beat, weekdays from 2 to 3 on the network, joins us on the show. He'll be with us tomorrow morning talking about Final Four UFL, and I want to ask him about Jason Kelce jumping in the ring. What? At WrestleMania. The brother-in-law of Taylor Swift was in WWE on Saturday. And finally, tomorrow morning, movie reviews with Shane B. What's hot, what's not, and we prepare for Civil War. Well, no, the movie Civil War and everything on Friday. And then on Wednesday, we'll take a little tour with our tour guide and travel expert, blogger, the one, the only, Sally Toole of Histories and Mysteries is going to get historic and a little history and a little mystery on Weird Wednesday with us this week. She wasn't able to join us on Thursday, so we'll have her on Wednesday this week. And coming up on Thursday this week, True Crime Thursday, we'll go into another unsolved homicide in small town USA where everybody knows your name. They know your mom and them. They know everything about you. They don't know who did it. Elizabeth Sorrell, the author of Birthday Bash, joins us on Thursday morning. Friday morning, also two guests. Second period of play, Jim Gossett from, of course, comedian Jim Gossett, who's going to have a show April 20th. And Roswell will join us. We'll talk about that show, things going on. He's on national. He has that. his comedies nationwide on national syndicated shows everywhere, and he'll join us this coming up Friday. And on Friday in the last period from Warrior Defenders, Holly Reese, the host of the new show weekday Monday mornings at 10:30 a.m., Empowered Strikes Back with Holly Reese, presented by Warrior Defenders on Mondays at 10:30. She'll be with us on Friday on the show. So there you go. Great lineup of guests this week. A great lineup of guests. Once again, a great lineup of guests. Solar eclipses today. Like I said, I read through all the Bible verses and everything, and there's nothing saying about it. So we've got to stop letting clickbaiters get to us. I know it's costing me a lot of followers, but there's a lot of people who are still following me, the real deal. But I'm gaining every day on the YouTube page when we just started this thing, basically. The radio station's been around a while, and the show's been around with 50,000 plus listeners. But we got to tell it like it is. Today at 304, 305 in the metro Atlanta area, I'm still trying to wish you can hear. What do you mean wish you can hear? You can hear? I talked to you Saturday. You can hear? Oh, you're talking about Holly. Yeah, you should be able to hear. You just go on the WQEE page and click on the stream. We got 2 streams up. Anyway, it's told everything, how long it's going to be, what it's going to do. I'm still trying to find out how much percentage it's supposed to be, but we're going to be partial today, 305. When the kids are getting out of school. Kids be like, it's 19? We got to go to bed, Mommy? Yeah, go to bed. I just got out of school. We've been in school all day long. 30263, Cher. 30263. Sorry, Cher. I just saw that. 30263 is our zip code. Yeah, 305 today. It's a good thing it's spring, because if it was fall, it happened for at 3 o'clock, maybe for a couple of hours, and then light again, and then dark early. God, why can't you just let this happen like during the fall of the year, and then like let it come around about 4 o'clock, and because we know about 6 o'clock. Why are you going to do that, God? It just mess with all of us. What's up, Captain Hot Buns from Arizona is with us this morning. 17 minutes past the hour once again. Time and temperature this out by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. By the way, it's 56 degrees. We're gonna go inside the coach's corner with Coach Tommy Lewis. Guys, we got guests all week long. We got comedians. We got Warrior Defenders. We've got travel experts. We got true crime experts. We got movie reviewers. We got sports experts. This is the best variety show around. Well, I think so. I've got a comedian that's coming on Friday who's on nationally syndicated shows doing his comedy bits and everything. So we'll probably play one of his comedy songs probably Friday. I'll have to download that today or sometime. All right, let's do this. Monday morning quarterbacking. We're going to be doing that with Inside the Coach's Corner with Coach Tommy Lewis in just a few moments. Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rashawn Rice is apologizing and admitted for his involvement in a high-speed 6-vehicle crash in Dallas over the weekend. Rice posted an apology on his Instagram saying, hey, it was fault. I should have been driving that. And everything. He cooperated with police in a statement. The Buffalo Bills have agreed to a trade with wide receiver Stetton Diggs to the Houston Texans. Final four. Yeah, you guys want to know it. Iowa women have the Final Four semifinal matchup in hoops on ESPN history. The most most watched. Now, it's the most watched in history. 81.4% I got. What? It's going to be 81.4% of the people. We're going to have an eclipse today. Thank you, Sheriff, for looking that up. I appreciate it, sister. Well, Iowa, with your group of young ladies, took out UConn 71-69 over the weekend, and South Carolina shut down North Carolina State 78-58. So Iowa on one side, Midwest taking on South Carolina on the South. They took each other on. I think South Carolina ended up beating Iowa in that championship game. These were the semifinals. We're going to get into finals. Of course, men's happened as well as UConn defeated Bama 86-72, and Purdue defeated North Carolina State 67-50. Purdue and UConn today. Those games are today on this Monday afternoon for the final. Yesterday, Sunday, was the ladies' game as South Carolina beat Iowa. Iowa. And it was a great opportunity. So there you go. All right. We told you about the first pitch there. The River Dragons won 2 of the 3 games over the weekend against the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Friday, the Blue Ridge Bobcats beat them 3-2. And yesterday, and on Saturday, 9-5, the Dragons beat them, shut them down. The Dragons are coming back home this weekend, and we're going to have tickets to that as well at the Columbus Civic Center for Saturday night. Give you a call here, 770-347-9947, to see the Columbus River Dragons closer to the end of the regular season. We got tickets for you. Also, ladies and gentlemen, UFL updates. The United Football League and the U.S. Army have come together as partners. New partnership with the Army has been named as a presenting partner of the UFL League. UFL and Army will work together to host community events, create all kind of spokesperson programs, and award things in the community and leadership. Well, great opportunity for the UFL going into the spring. They're working really diligently. My question this morning is, what is your thoughts on the UFL after week 2? Do you love spring football? 29% of you say yes. 5% say you'd rather watch Major League Baseball. 10% of you said you haven't watched a game yet, and 57% of you say, I don't know. Yeah, we were both wrong, Pete. But we should have known that the other 2 teams were going to play tonight anyway. UConn and Purdue, we should have known that. All right. Over the weekend, San Antonio Brahmas beat the Memphis Showboats 20-19. Now, Arlington Renegades are 0-2 on the season as they lost to the St. Louis Battlehawks 1-1, 27-24. Houston Roughnecks defeated the DC Defenders last night 23-18. And it's 1-1 for the Michigan Panthers as they lost to our 2-0 leading the board 20-13 Birmingham Stallions. Go Stallions. Now some people are like, oh, what sports? Hey, sorry, sports is what it is. Without sports, we'd have some boring things like no WWE action, right? We got more sports news coming up for you in just a few as we get ready to take a break. 81.4%. I'm going to get the Eclipse at 3:05 today. I just wish it was fall. It'd be so fun. Get dark early, dark in the afternoon, and then a little bit of light, and then dark again. The kids will be like, what's going on, Mommy? Well, you got to go to bed early. Well, you got to take your bath. I haven't eaten dinner yet. Oh, well, let me make you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. There you go. So, yeah, there you go. Oh, Lord. That would be so great, right? All right, let's see here what we got going on. We got Tommy Lewis inside the coaches' corner coming up in just a few moments. And we got movie reviews tomorrow. We've got Histories and Mysteries tour with Sally Toole on Wednesday. We got True Crime Thursday with our friend Elizabeth Sarles. We got comedian Jim Gossett this week. What a week it's going to be. Wow. What a long week it's going to be. And I got a lot of great people we're talking to as well. All right. Let's take a break. Just play this little spooky music in the background since we got the eclipse coming. Total eclipse of the sun. The moon is going to moon the sun today. How's it going, Jake from New Zealand? That's Jake from State Farm, but Jake from New Zealand. But he might be Jake from State Farm from New Zealand. You never know. What's up, brother? It's going good. Back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to RyanORadio Penitentiary.
Active Pest Control offers the best services and prices to protect your home, offering both monthly and quarterly pest control services, plus specific services like bed bugs, German roach, and flea control. Even if you can't see them, insects are all around you 24/7. Active Pest Control wants to be the first line of defense. Active Pest Control, repair, bond, best termite coverage around. Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street, Newton.
Are you having a PB&J and an apple today for lunch? There you go. Well, you're not going to be working too much. You already said you had to make yourself go to work because everybody else in the office is like, the eclipse is coming. We don't have time to work.
She works with multiple companies, ensuring the best option just for you. Don't miss out on the chance to make the right choice for your financial future. 706-225-5931. Speak to Charmaine Preston, CP Financial, your top local sales agent.
Want to give back to your community in a meaningful way? Cares for Kids is a Keller Williams Realty founded charity in which 100% of money raised goes directly to children in need in our area. Cares for Kids helps fund local organizations like Angel's House, Coweta Casa, Elevate, and more. Help Cares for Kids reach their mission of serving 1 million children. Call 678-634-5770 today to learn more about how to be involved, or text K for Baby to 44321 today.
Just to look at some stuff up there. Nothing clickbait about that or conspiracy theory, Sarah. They're just trying to check out what's going on up there while the eclipse is going on. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, my brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing all right.
Good. It's another Monday.
Thanks for another Monday. Amen, brother.
What a weekend. All sports and even wrestling this weekend. I had to watch Wrestlemania. It was good. An Atlanta boy won the championship last night. So
is that right?
Dusty Rhodes' youngest son, Cody Rhodes, was given the WWE championship for the first time in history because no Rhodes family member ever won that title.
Wow, that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. And he I knew he was going to win it when his wife came out with him because she's not even part of the show. She hadn't been there, but she come out with him at the top of the show, and then he presented the title to Dusty Rhodes' widow last night. His wife, his mama, which is Dusty Rhodes' widow. He had his sister and brother-in-law and everything, but his other brother, his oldest stepbrother, Dustin, who's Dusty's oldest son, couldn't come out there and be in the ring because he works for the competition. So him and another buddy of his that works for the competition, AEW, had to sit up in the, press box and watch it up there.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, they should have let his brother come out there. They should have gave him one night to let his brother, because it was the biggest thing to happen to the family.
Yeah, no doubt.
So.
Well, I think it's pretty cool that it's somebody from Dusty Rhodes. Did you say his youngest son won it?
His youngest son won it. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Because because he has two daughters and two sons by two different women, but his oldest son always wrestled. The highest championship I think he got was Intercontinental title and U.S. title and all that kind from the two different companies. But this is like and Dusty Rhodes held the world title in his hand for a second, the WWE world title back in the 70s, but they took it away from him over a minor thing. I think he beat somebody like Bruno Sammartino or something like that, one of those guys, and they took it back. But Cody, he's been back with the company for a couple of years, and he beats the guy he beats is like members of the big Alawa family and everything, the family of the head shrinkers, all these people's been in the family forever that's put wrestling on. He was world champion for almost 4 years. He beat him. And the big story about that is they brought him. It was a great way they did it. They had like no disqualification because the night before there was a tag team match that he and his tag team partner lost against Roman Reigns, is who he defeated, and The Rock, who's the cousin of Roman Reigns. And what they did was it was a great way to bring the elder statesman out there without putting him in matches and taking the spots of the younger guys. So they used them in the last match and let them all come out there and do things in this match during this no disqualification thing. So it was a great way to use the elder statesman without the younger people not having a spot over the weekend and getting a payday. So, so it was good. And he's an Atlanta boy, so, I had to be proud for him.
Absolutely, man. That's huge. What's the history of the Atlanta boys or Atlanta people winning the championship? Any others?
Well, over the weekend, another Atlanta guy won tag team belts as the younger guy, Austin Theory, but not world titles. I don't think so, unless they were in the South.
Right.
WCW, but WWE, this is the first one, I believe.
World title, baby.
Yeah. Here we go, Coach.
All right, brother.
Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary, ladies and gentlemen. You're inside the coach's corner, and it's Monday, and you know what that means. Yeah, it's time for us to go inside the coach's corner where our favorite head football coach of the landmark Christian War Eagles. Please welcome Coach Tommy Lewis. What's up, Coach?
What's going on, Rhino? How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about you on this Monday morning, I should say?
Doing great, brother. Doing great. Thank God it's Monday.
Yes, it is. Another Monday, another week. School's back in session. Am I right?
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
I says school is back in session, right?
Oh, yes. You are correct, sir. We are back at it. Of course, all the young people were bright-eyed, bushy-tailed today. Not.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, you know how to get back in the swing of things. With kids coming back, what the heck? What am I saying about the kids?
The teachers, yes. Come on, the teachers.
Yeah, right. I'm teaching the coaches take a little while.
Yeah, I know.
So, but yeah, we are back at it. Everybody back on campus, and just thankful for another day and another week.
I know. And we're going to talk about what's going on in sports this week with you guys and everything. So we're going to get that kicked off here shortly. What a weekend it was for UFL football weekend, too. I got to say, Birmingham Stallions are showing off and showing up and showing off and showing out. And then Final Four. And then we got one more game in the NCAA men's basketball tonight. So we'll get into talking about that in a minute. But let's talk about what's going on at Landmark.
Yes, sir. Well, it was a pretty quiet week last week with everybody gone for spring break. A lot of just practices going on, people fine-tuning their game and getting geared up for region tournaments and hopefully state tournaments and things like that. So we also, I tell you, Rhino, what's really cool about our school community is there are a lot of families, including athletic families, that take spring break to do a couple of our mission trips that we have available for families. So we had one group that headed to Africa on a week-long mission trip over there to help with a school.
Cool.
To help establish a school and bring them supplies and help build add on to their building, construction work and everything. And so that was awesome. And then we also have a group that goes to spring break to Honduras, and a lot of the same things there. They partner with a couple of churches down there who work at the church, who work in the community, help build houses, and just do ministry down there. And so, spring break means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. But one of the challenges that we gave all of our students, not just the ones going on mission trip, was just to say that, hey, no matter what you're doing over spring break, we're all on mission. Each day we're on mission for the kingdom, and we
Right.
serve the risen Lord. So, so spring break means a great deal to our school community. Kind of refocuses us. Certainly, with celebrating the resurrection and our risen
Yes.
Lord, and then have an opportunity to serve other people. So it was a big week that way. Not a lot going on athletically, but a big week that way.
Excellent. Well, what's coming up this week in sports?
Well, just real quick, I'm sorry. One thing we did have going on over break
Okay.
was our track team.
Okay.
The first weekend, I think we talked about this last Monday. The first weekend, they went and competed at Florida State and did a great job there. And then they came home, spent a day or two training, and then they went back on the road down to the Orlando area for another big track meet down there in Florida. Our athletes just continue to impress, and whether it's setting school records or whether it's setting times, distances, and heights in the top 5, 10, and 20 of the state with all classifications. Our athletes continue to do well, and Coach Campbell has and his staff have them really peaking at the right time. They'll
Right.
have I think 2 weeks before we host regionals. I think it's April 22nd and April 24th. For our track team, we'll be hosting regionals right here on our campus. And yeah, that's not a typo. That's a Monday and a Wednesday.
Okay.
We'll be hosting region as all of our athletes get ready to try to qualify for state. So exciting times for sure in athletics in general, but certainly for our track and field team.
Sounds good. That's so exciting. Well, let's head into this week in sports. What's going on?
Yes, sir. Well, big thing that everybody has circled on the calendar is tomorrow night. Our baseball program will have senior night as we host Columbia in a Columbia High School in a big region matchup. So all of our baseball fans and supporters out there, make sure you come out tomorrow night. First pitch is at 6 p.m. Here on our home campus at the Garwood Athletic Facility, and we'll be honoring our seniors right before the game. So you want to get there a little bit early with the senior ceremony for our baseball program senior night. And then we just have a lot going on. A pretty busy week. We have golf, we have tennis. Both will be competing. Our middle school baseball program has a doubleheader tonight at East Paulding when they come home and host East Paulding on Thursday. Our soccer program has a couple of big matchups as they gear up for states, for region as well. Again, just as a reminder, everybody, our boys and girls soccer programs both won the region. They've already sealed up the number 1 seed in the region, which will qualify us to host a first round playoff game for each of our boys and girls. So we await, everybody finish up the regular season before we find out who we play in that first round region matchup, first round state matchup, beg your pardon. And so that'll be next week. But this week, soccer plays at Druid Hills, girls at 5:30, boys at 7:30. And then we wrap up our regular season with a homestand against Villa Rica High School.
Right.
Taking on those bigger schools and challenging our kids before we get into state. Again, the home game this Thursday for all of our soccer fans out there. You want to be at Garwood Stadium, 5 o'clock for the girls, 7 o'clock for the guys. So plenty going on this week. I mentioned tennis and golf both are gearing up for region and state. In fact, our middle school golfers are at state today.
Right.
Out of Locust Grove, they're competing today in the GAP state championship, and we expect to do pretty well. So look forward to giving everybody the report of how they did next Monday, Rhino.
Sounds good. Can't wait for that. And right around the corner is going to be spring football action. And I know you're getting excited about that. Some of the players are in spring action and other sports right now, but you got some of the guys working out. So how is it feeling around the locker room as we get prepared for spring football around the corner?
Yeah, no, everybody's excited. And it's one of those things, Rhino, that, everybody, it's a situation where everybody's kind of locked into their spring sport. A lot of our football guys are multi-sport athletes. A lot of them play spring sports. So we have a number of guys involved in track and field, a couple of guys on the soccer team, a couple of guys playing baseball. And so, we want to support them in their spring sport and get them and help them, stay focused, stay locked in. But there is a very positive vibe going around campus. Everybody looking forward to spring practice and spring game and getting back out on the gridiron. So don't want to distract our athletes too much because so many of them are involved in spring practice. In spring sports.
Right.
But yeah, everybody's excited and looking forward to it. In fact, it'll be exactly a month from tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
On Tuesday, May 7th is when we'll have our first practice. And admittedly, hopefully we're going to have a light turnout.
All right.
The reason I say that is because, a lot of the postseason spring sports will still be going
Right.
on.
Right.
And so we want our athletes to go as deep into postseason play as possible. And also our 8th graders who are our 9th graders, they have a DC trip. They go for a couple of days that week to Washington DC, which is just an unforgettable, wonderful opportunity for
Yes.
our young people to visit our nation's capital, to see a lot of what goes on there politically, see a lot of the monuments there, and learn firsthand a lot about our nation's history. And so we'll have our 8th grade class away for the first couple days of spring ball. So like I said, hopefully it's going to be very light practices those first couple days because everybody's involved in their spring sports and things like that. But by the end of the week, we'll have just about everybody, except for usually our track and field guys that are still playing, getting up for states, which are actually the following that weekend at the end of the first week of spring practice. And we usually have everybody available that second week as we gear up for the game. But again, my feelings aren't going to be hurt if a lot of our athletes are still playing in their spring tournaments, that's for sure.
It definitely is. And you know what? Going to Washington, D.C., it helped me out. I did the same thing when I was in high school. So getting to do all that kind of stuff and then getting right back out there on the field, whether it's on the football field, whether it's in the marching band, whatever, drama, whatever's going on is a fantastic part for our youth out there. And I know you guys are bringing them up just right there at Landmark because it's not only a great education, but you're also getting good Christian values there as well. So we're going to talk about that in just a few moments, how we can be a part of that. But, spring football is underway. Week 2. I don't know if you had a chance to even check out any of the games because it was so busy of a weekend with the Final Four going into one more game tonight there. We'll talk about that in a minute. But look, the Birmingham Stallions are 2-0 so far at the top of the UFL, above XFL and USFL teams right now, Coach.
Yeah, no doubt. Always good to have a semi-local team doing well. And so, yeah, in that USFL conference, the Birmingham Stallions are off to a hot start, doing really well. And then of course, over in the XFL conference, it's the Brahmas.
Yeah.
San Antonio is off to a 2-0
Yeah.
start as well.
Yep.
And our favorite Arlington Renegades, favorite because we had a couple guys on the team that
Exactly.
have, landmark ties. They're off to a little bit of a rough start as
Yep.
defending XFL champions. So hopefully they'll be able to get it together and bounce back after an 0-2 start. But a lot of fun to watch those games, Rhino. A lot of good football going on, and and we'll continue to cheer on the guys that have those landmark connections.
Yeah.
That they do well.
Well, they need to play them. That's the problem. They ain't played them the last couple of weeks, so if they play them, they'll win.
Yeah, amen, brother.
That's right. But it's exciting for this football, and I've watched it. Yeah, it's not filling the stadiums yet, but I say if they're able to steady the course, give it a couple of years, spring football with the UFL with these teams, we'll have these 8 teams, and I eventually say maybe. I don't say add no more than 10 teams in this division. What do you think?
I think that's a perfect observation, Rhino. I think you don't want to get it too big and too watered down with the talent. Obviously, the best football players in the world are in the NFL.
Yep.
Arguably the second tier or up in the Canadian Football League.
Yep.
But I think this UFL is certainly making a run for some really good football. And if they keep it 8 to 10 teams, keep it competitive, keep the play at a high level, that this league has a chance to really to gain some momentum and some fans and to be here for the long term. So
I agree.
My fear is always overdoing it.
Yep.
You saturate the market too much. People kind of, especially it seems like these days, people get tired, kind of finicky and get tired of things quickly.
They
do. Don't want to overdo it, but certainly if the UFL puts out a good product and it's good football on the field, our nation is a American football nation. So
yep.
I think they have a chance to do real well.
I do too. And before we go into the end of March Madness, into April, everything, the United Football League and the U.S. Army have partnered up as a top sponsor. U.S. Army is now partnering up with the UFL so they could go out and do community events and everything. What do you think about that?
That's great. I think anytime our armed forces partner up with our athletic programs or athletic leagues, I think it's a good thing. And of course, we all know, that serving in the military, serving our country, and putting your life on the line on a daily basis is something that we all appreciate and we all love. And anytime an analogy or correlation is stated of how football is a lot like military, I know we don't mean to disrespect any of our servicemen and women, because it certainly is a different level when you serve our country through the military. But I really do believe that as far as an everyday life experience, if you will, or a job or vocation that kind of certainly imitates and tries to mirror the expertise of the military, the unity of the military, and how they execute their plans, their strategies, and how they train, and how there's a unique relationship, a unique brotherhood and sisterhood among the military, and certainly reflected in athletics and really as close as you can get to it in the game of football. And so yeah, anytime our military has a connection or a relationship with our athletic leagues and particularly our football leagues, I think it's a great thing.
It definitely is. And they do a lot with high schools around the country. So it definitely is a big part. I love seeing that they're teaming up and becoming a big presenter and a big sponsor of UFL football. Let's talk basketball. NCAA men's tonight, I think, is going to be Purdue and that UConn team that beat Bama. So let's talk a little bit about this weekend. I mean, that's another thing that was over the weekend. We had Wrestlemania, we had UFL football, we had Major League Baseball. The Braves were in town here, and we had Final Four championships after the Final Four championships and everything over the weekend.
Yeah. Well, talking about the ladies first, the women's championship was the Final Four and the championships did not disappoint. It really is amazing how elevated the women's game has become. They just needed a chance. They just needed an opportunity, a platform to hone their game over the last 20 years or what have you, 25 years, and now the ladies' game is a lot of fun to watch, very competitive, very high level. And the Final Four and championship games did not disappoint.
True.
The South Carolina Gamecocks, finished their season undefeated, 38-0. I mean, just what an amazing run.
Yes.
And to me, Rano, I mean, I don't know how much has been talked about out there. To me, it really came down to the depth of the South Carolina team. I mean,
Right.
They played 9 girls that just without hardly any drop off in production. In fact,
True.
I would say when they made their first round of substitutions in that championship game against Iowa, the bench players really what broke it open for them. And so the depth of the South Carolina team is just amazing. Dawn Staley's done an amazing job recruiting there and coaching those girls up. And gosh, I think that's her third championship over the last 7 or 8 years. And so they're pretty much a juggernaut. And in fact, I had my son-in-law look at me and say, "Hey, do you think Dawn Staley's the next?" Oh shucks, now I'm gonna have brain freeze. The long-time tennis coach that's won so many championships, Pat Summit.
There you go. Yeah.
Is Dawn Staley the next Pat Summit? I said, to me, the only difference is longevity. I mean, if Dawn Staley can keep doing it, she may break all of Pat Summit's records. That's for sure. But the Iowa Hawkeyes, I think, have become the darling of the country. Just with
Caitlin.
With Caitlin Clark.
Yep.
And just her abilities just are so impressive. And
she was. She is.
But yeah, I mean, to me, the difference in the game was the depth. I mean, Iowa only really played one girl off the bench, and South Carolina had 4 coming off the bench that were very productive. So to me, that was the difference. And congratulations, South Carolina Gamecocks, on the championship. And now we turn our attention to the guys. Two teams that I think it just seems like they were destined to meet the championship because they've both done an amazing job throughout the tournament, particularly UConn. I think they've beaten everybody by double digits or close to it anyway. And so Purdue has their hands full trying to beat a UConn team that just seems to be just steamrolling everybody. So, but I think it's going to be a great game. Both teams have excellent guards and excellent big men. So it should be a great matchup.
Definitely so. Well, Coach, once again, it's great talking sports with you and stuff that's going on. So tell us what's going on at Landmark. How can we be a part of it as a community? All the good stuff following and all the, social media and everything.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate this opportunity each week you give me, Ron. Just share a little bit about our school. It's a great education here at Landmark. We prepare our young people for next level things, whether it be going on to college, whether it be the military, running their own business, what have you. We are a collegiate preparatory school. And so, the whole idea behind our Landmark education is to prepare young people for college. This year we'll have 2 go to one of the military academies. We have 2 graduates that'll be going to the Air Force Academy. So, and of course, all of it is under the umbrella of Christ and preparing them to impact the world for Jesus Christ and His kingdom. So, you have listeners out there, people that want to be a part of that kind of community and want their children to be educated that way. And this is a great place to do it. Great education, and we also do a high level in athletics as well. Each year we exceed the percentages of our graduates going on to play collegiate athletics, at all levels, also at the scholarship level. So, coming to a small Christian school is a great way to prepare your young person for what the Lord has for them. Again, whether it's academically, the arts, or athletics, Landmark's a great place to be. So just give our admissions team a call and or connect with them online at our website and set up a tour, set up a time to have their child their file reviewed and come be a part of Landmark Christian School.
Definitely so. Well, Coach, anything else you'd like to add before we let you get back to your week started?
Yes, sir. Just love you folks here at WQEE, Rhino. Appreciate everything you do. Y'all play an integral role in our community as well, so we appreciate the relationship. Thanks for having us on.
Thank you, Coach. Once again, that's Inside the Coach's Corner, where our favorite head football coach from the Landmark Christian, War Eagle, Coach Tommy Lewis. Guys, back in a moment. We close out the show after this. All right, Coach. Wonderful as always.
You are the man.
I try to be.
Yes, sir. Because to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Woo! Yep. That's another person that's got a daughter in wrestling.
Yeah, he's one of the classics, that's for sure.
He is.
Thanks for having us, Ron. I appreciate you.
All right.
Have a great week.
You too. We'll talk again next week.
All right. Looking forward to it.
All right. Bye, brother.
Later.
Bye. Peach State Cats. Okay, I'm talking to them about something.
My husband Todd and I serve in the Cody and Louisville area. Our purpose at our first meeting is to learn your goals, answer questions, and provide resources.
You be safe too. Don't worry about all the stuff that everybody's trying to spread, because Cher, you're good. It's just gonna be a little dark. The only thing is gonna be our poor little animals are gonna be scared, because they'll be like, "What, is it nighttime?" Some kids are gonna be going, "What?" That's all I'm worried about. So prep your animals. Give them some food. They'll ignore look dark. Give the kids and grandkids snacks, and they're like, "Okay, I'll forget it. I'll get a snack one." Thank you, Gail, as always. We got awesome interviews all week long. It's going to be fantastic. Good variety of guests. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to get out of here. How about that? All of you guys have a great day and everything. Take care of one another. 3:05 today in the metro Atlanta area at noon, and it's going to get dark. I got a flashlight. All right, guys. We'll tell you to stay with us. Coming up for us at the top of the hour is At Home with Allison Ray Waters, Realtor. And then we'll follow that up with Empowered Strikes Back. Dun, dun, dun. A new theme song there at 10:30 with Warrior Defenders, very own Holly Reese And then at 11 a.m., another great lineup of programming. And then 12 to 2 is the best sports lineup in the business. 12 to 2, Rob Peterson's show. 2 to 3, Sports Beat with Richard Holders. 3 to 5, Braves Country Radio live with Matt McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. They're bringing you games the day after the games on their show. And, ladies and gentlemen, Rick Smith takes over at 5 p.m. So there you go. A lot in store for you. We appreciate you guys. Tomorrow morning, Richard Holders joins us in the period number 2. And Shane B and I will talk movies. What's hot, what's not. We prepare for the Civil War on Friday. No, actually the movie. So we prepare for that. And that's coming up tomorrow morning on the show. Wednesday morning, we travel the state with Sally Toole from Histories and Mysteries. Thursday morning is True Crime Thursday. Author extraordinaire of the Birthday Bash joins us, Elizabeth Sarles, another unsolved homicide in small town USA. And on Friday, we have 2 guests in the 8 o'clock hour. The second hour is going to be Jim Gossett, comedian extraordinaire out of the Atlanta area. He's a his comedy's featured on nationwide national shows, and he'll be our guest on Friday. And we'll be talking with him about his show coming up. And Warrior Defenders Holly Reese will join us in the final period. So it's a busy week. So stay tuned. Until we meet again, this is Ryan O'Neal saying peace, love, respect. I'm out of here. Live streamer show says Pete. Pete, do you got some kind of little crush on Holly? I think you might. And finally, this morning, we get out of here. What are your thoughts on the UFL weekend after week 2? 29% of you say you love spring football. 5% say they want to see baseball. They'd rather see baseball. 10% say have not watched the game yet. And I don't know. Most people, I don't know that. Usually, I don't know means I'm just not going to comment on it. 57% of you. Guys, we'll see you tomorrow. All right, guys, you have a great day. We appreciate you being with us. And we'll return for more RyanORadio Penitentiary. You're out on good behavior. All right, stop. There you go.